Welcome to Friday Night Football here at Bruins Stadium at Central Hardin High School. We've got the Meade County Greenway visiting tonight under Coach Larry Mofield. They're coming in at 2-6. The homestanding Bruins under Tim Mattingly are at 2-5, and we've got a big district matchup tonight. I'm Paul Gray. Alongside me, Dan Robbins. Dan, what are your thoughts about tonight's game?
Well, both of these teams are desperate for a win, and it doesn't come any bigger that the stakes of a district, maybe, runner-up, maybe championship, I guess could still be in the line for one of the teams. But, this game's a big deal, and I think no bigger than playing at home when it comes to the playoffs.
Well, we got Central Hardin. This is only their second home game. They're coming into their 8th game of the year. They've had a very on-the-road heavy schedule. You've got both teams, I think, are kind of victims of their own success. Coach Mattingly and Coach Mofield have been so successful over the years that it makes it really hard to schedule. If you look at their schedule, it is littered, both teams, with state championship teams all along, from Franklin Simpson to Bowling Green. Just a lot of really tough competition this year. Christian Academy of Louisville, both teams have played, and so they've had a rough year. Again, Meade County 2-6, Central Hardin 2-5, and as both teams take the field now, we've got a very important, as Dan said, matchup with district championship implications. Dan, we were talking earlier about the fact that these two teams have figured into the district championship for years.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, typically the district championship for these guys either ran through Cecilia here at the home of the Bruins or in Brandenburg at the home of the Green Wave. And the tables have turned just a little bit, and the guys over in Radcliffe are feeling really good about themselves. They're off this week. I know that I've seen some players already. I know the coaching staff will be here. But, it looks like that this year both of these teams, or at least could possibly be playing for second.
Well, we've got, again, a big matchup. Last week, North Hardin knocked off Meade County out in Brandenburg. I believe it was 24-7. It was a convincing victory, close at the halftimes, 7-6. But North Hardin took that one going away, and they're set for a matchup next week against Central Hardin. So Central Hardin still with an opportunity, if they can win tonight, to play for a district championship. Meade County hoping to get a little help, win tonight. Central beat North Hardin, and then it becomes a big mess, right, Dan? That's what they're hoping for.
You throw them. You throw them in the box and shake them up and see what rattles out. But I mean, it definitely and that's why these two teams that desperate for a win tonight. They've got to get some things going. They've got one thing for sure on their side. They've got two phenomenal staffs on both sides of the ball. That have been working really hard. These kids have been putting in the work, and somebody's got to come out as a victor tonight.
Well, we noted earlier as we were talking together how these are mirror image teams. Tim Mattingly used to coach for Meade County for years, and so we're about ready to kick off. It'll be Xander Allen for the Bruins ready to kick off, kicking deep, kicking from our right to left. So we're about ready to get big district action underway tonight. Allen to kick, and he's going to squib the ball down the middle. It's a tough one to handle.
Tough ball, and I think that second line there was kind of looking around trying to make a decision on who was going to get the ball. Fortunately, Daniel Perry, number 12 from Meade County, jumped on that ball and took it, but the Bruins were coming on pretty quick.
Well, they'll take over from their own 35-yard line, dead center of the field, from their own 35. 1st and 10 Green Wave. Under center, actually in the shotgun. I'm guessing it's going to be Trent Mofield, but actually it may not be at this time. They're in a wildcat formation. Big 10-yard gain, and that's Deshaun Welch, number 25, who'd been injured for part of the early part of the season.
Yeah, you and I were talking off air before about Deshaun and the kind of factor he can be, and it looks like that Coach Mofield and his staff are trying to make him a factor really early in this game as he is calling it in the huddle.
He is calling in the huddle. He broke his wrist about 4 or 5 weeks ago, had to sit out a game or two. Hasn't carried the ball much lately, just played defense. But here he is in the Wildcat, 2nd and 1. And it's going to be a reverse pass. Wide open. Number 8. Oh, overthrown. Wide open was number 8, Cole Miller, down the middle of the field. And the pass from the wide receiver on the reverse pass. 15 yards overthrown, Dan.
Yeah, I think that was number 11, Kason Brady, that was trying to make the attempt to get it to him. And sometimes you have those plays where you're just too open. And all that dead space out there, that green grass, it's easy to throw it out there.
Hopefully a quarterback would know you can just kind of dead throw it in there, and he can have to wait on it. It doesn't have to hit him in stride. So 3rd and 1, big down. And the snap is to Deshaun Welch, straight ahead for big yards. He's running over defenders for about 10-yard gain.
Yeah, Deshaun is a hard runner. He's not that big, but he has good leverage, stays low enough to the ground, and able to get the first down.
On the tackles, number 10, Noah Page. Noah is the second leading tackler for the Bruins at linebacker, and he was there to make the play, but unfortunately he was being dragged along for several yards here. Well, they're on the other side of the 50. Meade County has the football on the Bruin 47-yard line. Again, Welch in the Wildcat. Give to Nikolai off the left side. Kobe Nikolai running hard, Dan.
Yeah, Nikolai, he is a big body. Definitely a little different here. He's a big load, and if you don't get 3 or 4 guys on him, you may be in trouble.
Nikolai's their leading tackler on defense and used to play actually defensive line last year. That's how big that kid is, and he's a load to bring down. 2nd and 4 now from the 41-yard line of the Bruins. Welch again in the Wildcat looking formation. 2 backs on either side of him. Fumble! Mishandled handoff. Looks like the Bruins are on it.
I think so. That ball popped right into his hands. I'm not sure who came up with it underneath, but I definitely saw a blue.
Chris Bellin.
Yeah.
Senior linebacker corner Chris Bellin jumps on it. Well, that's what happens, Dan. You go, you take your normal quarterback, Trent Mofield, out. You put, again, Deshaun Welch at quarterback there to run this Wildcat look. And he and number 10, Nathan Holly, had a hard time on the exchange.
Yeah, he definitely he didn't see it into his pocket there and thought he had it, and the ball pops out, and the Bruins are able to take advantage here.
All right, Central Hardin takes over at their own 40-yard line. Good field position, double tight end, double wing. Motion, Gavin George. It'll be the jet sweep to the right. George trying to cut it back, but only a couple yards there.
Yeah, it didn't really have much going. The Green Wave were kind of that play is a little slow to develop. For me, just personally, I'm just not a great fan of it. That individual play out of the wing T offense, and the defense stayed home. Played in their positions and able to make the tackle on that short gain.
Well, a quarterback for the Bruins is Sean Hay, number 83. You'll notice he's wearing that tight end number. He started the season as a tight end. He was about the 3rd-string quarterback, but he is now the Central Hardin Bruins quarterback. 2nd and 8. The give, it looks like it's Josh Valentine. Is that who it is, Dan?
I think it's Josh Valentine. It looks like he was able to kind of squeeze through there. Again, staying low to the ground, trying to avoid the Green Wave on that play.
Well, Valentine is the leading rusher for the Bruins. Number 5, 64 carries for 387 yards. He had a really kind of tough and slow start to the season, but has really been coming on of late to be, again, one of their key ground gainers. And we've got a 3rd and 1 situation here from almost the 49-yard line. They need the 50 to get the first down. Double wing, double tight end formation. Hay under center. Turn, give. Boy, stuffed.
Yeah, I think that the Green Wave knew what was coming. They're going to go back to their bread and butter right there to go into Josh Valentine, and I think that they were able to sniff that play out before it ever snapped.
The punt team is not assembling. Coach Mattingly, both Coach Mattingleys are having a talk with Sean Hay at quarterback there. He's coming back onto the field with the offense. 4th and 1. So with 8:29 to go in the first quarter, we're going to see a pivotal play. We've already seen a turnover after Meade County's moving the ball, and now we've got a 4th and 1.
Well, early in the game, but both of these teams, they're looking for that victory, and so I think they're going to take every opportunity they get.
We've got a flag down. Maybe it's delay of game. Yeah.
That's probably going to change things a little bit.
They obviously were taking their time on the sideline to decide if they wanted to go for it. The punt team will have to come on the field now.
Yeah, it seemed like a little quick on the play clock. I wasn't keeping time of it, but it seemed a little quick.
Coach Mattingly seems to be confused about what happened. Yeah, Xander Allen, number 87, I believe, back to kick for the Bruins. They're set on a 4th and 6 to kick it away. It's fielded. Kick is away. It's a good kick up the right side. Got good coverage, and the ball's going to stop and sit at about the 31-yard line.
I tell you what, Xander did a good job of getting that ball off. Meade County definitely was bringing some pressure. Looked like we got a flag on the play.
There was a scuffle over there and out of bounds. I'm looking for who the participants were from Meade County. It looks like it was number 8, Cole Miller. I'm not sure. It may have been number 53 for Central Hardin there. Not sure who 53 is at this point.
Justin Hensley.
Hensley on the special teams, yes. It looked like Cole Miller was blocking him out of bounds. It is on Meade County. On Cole Miller again, he was blocking well after the play and out of bounds, and so there'll be on both teams.
Both teams.
So the retaliation got flagged as well, and so it'll be right there at the 31-yard line where they will take over. It looks like Trent Mofield back at quarterback, number 10 Holly off the right side. The ball loose again, but I think he was down.
He was down. The tough thing about high school football sometimes is all depends on did the guys in the stripes notice that he was down. There is no replay here.
That's right. So a good gain for Nathan Holly of about 4 yards. That'll bring up a 2nd and 6 from the 36-yard line. Again, Mofield is in the shotgun. They've been in the shotgun the whole time so far. Normally an under center wing T offense. Gives to Nikolai off the left side. Hit at the line, but running over tacklers, running over a third tackler, about a 10-yard gain.
The first tackler from the Bruins, he just kind of bounced off of him like he wasn't even there, and then bullies his way into the next play. And then we're going to, looks like, get a hold call on the Green Wave. I'm not sure why anybody needs a hold when Nikolai runs the ball and he makes his own holes.
That's that for these kinds of offenses where you're trying to run for 4 and 5 yards at a crack. Those holding penalties can be death, but it's still going to be 2nd and 6 as the hold occurred downfield during the run. It's a spot foul, and so 2nd and 6 basically repeat the down. Again, Mofield at quarterback, number 15. In the shotgun again, 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. There's no tight end. Pass thrown. Great catch. Number 20, J.J. Richardson, the 3rd leading receiver for the Green Wave, makes the catch.
Yeah, he threw that into some traffic too, and Richardson was able to pull that out. I think there was about 3 Bruins around it at the time, and so what a great throw and a great catch.
Absolutely. It was a hitch route to the left side over there, and it was covered, but good throw and catch. We'll have 1st and 10. Green Wave approaching midfield at their own 45-yard line. Looks like Central Hardin is a man cover look. They're going to be bringing the blitz. And again, we've gone back to Welch in the Wildcat shotgun formation. Deshaun Welch on the carry.
Yeah, it looks like Mofield's still going to play this back and forth game a little bit and kind of keep Central Hardin on their toes to be focused in on what's going to happen. I think, Welch is in the game. He's got to probably be carrying the ball.
Well, it didn't go too well last time he tried to hand it off, did it?
No.
Back to Mofield at quarterback. I see 15 on the field again, and Sean Welch has run off the field. Again, 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left. He's going to throw the ball. Mofield looking at the post route down the right side. Dozer going up for it. Gavin George on the play.
Great defense right there. Gavin George, he's the kind of guy offensively that you throw it up and he'll go get it. And that ball just hangs up in the air as a corner. He's going to go up and he may pick it off. So you got to be really careful throwing his way.
That was the big wide receiver for Meade County, their leading receiver, Mitchell Dozer, number 13. And they like to just throw the ball up deep and let him try to go get it. But Gavin George up to the challenge there. 3rd and 6. Again, a big down from their own 49. Mofield at quarterback. Give to Nikolai to the left. Breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle. Looks like a first down, Dan.
Yeah, Nikolai, again, hard runner. I'd like to see Nikolai maybe get a little bit north and south. He's running to the side a little, as big as he is, go north and south, and he may get, 15, 20 out of a carry.
Well, that's a first down for the Meade County Green Wave. And the drive is alive for the Green Wave. They're now in Bruin territory. They're on the 44-yard line. 1st and 10 from the left hash. Mofield gives to Nikolai again to the left. He's cut it north and south and running over people.
Yeah, what a nice carry on first down. He is a weapon in himself. When you can pick up 8 yards, 9 yards on a punch, again, I'm of the frame of mind of, keep running until you can stop it.
And that's a tough Central Hardin front there. Tackle was made by Zach Jones, who's wearing 41 today, normally number 62. Zach Jones on the tackle. Give, right side, number 10, Holly on the carry.
Going to pick up the first down there. Looks like, from what I can tell on the spot, it looks like it's going to be a first down. Nice hard running from the Green Wave. I don't know, again, no reason to throw the ball. Just keep running it.
Well, they're checking people in and out on the Central Hardin side, trying to keep some guys fresh, trying to find a combination to get this Meade County running game stopped. And so far, no luck. It gives to Welch this time. This time they're on him. Short gain for Welch.
Yeah, much better job of the front there, being able to hold up their offensive linemen and letting their linebackers get in there and make a play.
Big tackle by the Central Hardin front. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 9. Only a gain of 1 the first time, really. Central Hardin's been able to put a stop to the Meade County running game. Let's see what happens here. We've got Welch and Holly flanking Trent Mofield at quarterback. He'll call the signals to snap. He's looking down the field on a hitch and go. Throwing the deep route. Up for it. Touchdown number 20, J.J. Richardson.
Yeah, that was one of those balls, again, that he kind of thrown over to this side, and he said, let's go get it. In this case, he was able to beat Mr. Wilkerson over there on the jump ball. Has a little bit of a height advantage, not much, but a great ball, a great job, an even better job by the receiver to go up and get it.
Well, that was impressive, Dan, because that was that corner, Deonko Wilkerson, who's probably one of the best 2 athletes Central Hardin has, and he was out jump for the ball. So great play by J.J. Richardson. The snap is down. Fumbled a bit, but the kick is up and good. So with 4:11 to go in the first quarter, we've got our first touchdown. Meade County Green Wave 7, Central Hardin Bruins nothing.
Yeah, good job. A little combination there from the Green Wave. They're doing the ground and pound, and then when it's called for it, going to the air attack and able to cash in on that one. Central Hardin's got to figure out a little something. They have to be able to get themselves off the field. They're playing too long. The defense, I think I didn't count that series there, but looked to be 12 or 13 plays, and they've got to get off the field.
They do. Well, let's just take a moment here as we have a short break in the action on the change of possession and thank our sponsors. Again, Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all of your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results, with locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. Ryan Harris of Remax Premier Properties for all your real estate needs. Contact Ryan at 270-723-4626, and he'll get the job done. Well, we've got the Meade County Green Wave. Number 86, Mason Craycroft, is about to kick off after making the extra point. And back deep, Gavin George and Deonko Wilkerson for the Bruins. Big series for the Bruins. They're going to need to get something going, as Meade County has only stopped themselves so far.
Yeah, and it looks like the rain has now begun. We were under about a 40% chance. Oh, boy.
Ball is loose on a squib kick.
I think that the ball was carried out of bounds here, so there's no he was not able to possess the ball.
It looked like number 11 for Meade County. That's Case and Bradley. who had thrown the pass earlier, almost had it. He was on it, but the ball had gotten scooted out of bounds.
It was a really good placement of the ball. It's hard to tell. I don't know if the folks at home can see it because I know the Bruins are there on the sideline. But the ball kind of hung around right there on the sideline, and when the Green Wave player jumped on it, his momentum just carried him out of bounds.
Didn't possess it, I don't guess, before then. We've got wing T formation. Sean Hay under center. Wing T to the left. Snap, give. To the left side, that's Deonka Wilkerson with the ball, and he'll get nothing.
Yeah, trying to make a little bit something happen out of that. His hole closed up pretty quick over here on the sideline, trying to bounce it back. The Green Wave very disciplined in their defensive attack, and he just kind of rolled himself right back into some of those defensive linemen that are coming down the line.
Well, they tried to run off tackle there. We had noted before the game that Zach Jones, probably the top offensive lineman for the Bruins, is wearing 41 tonight. He'll be playing tight end and wing back. I think they're trying to run off tackle behind him. He's at wing back to the right now, and that is a large, strong kid. And they're going to run that direction, but the ball has to be cut back immediately.
Yeah, again, I think the runner there trying to make a little bit more out of it instead of just continuing to follow his blocks. And if you're going to do that against his Green Wave defense, they're going to make you pay.
Well, again, Welch, number 25, playing on the defensive line. Number 2, Nikolai, the same guys we're calling out on the offensive side, were deep penetration in the backfield. That leaves Central Hardin with a 3rd and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Bad spot for a team that's a running football team. They're in the shotgun. Sean Hay, quarterback. Two receivers to the right. He's going to roll to the right. He's looking, short reception. Gavin George, about a 6 or 7 yard gain, but not enough.
Not enough, yeah. That's one of those plays where you got to put the ball near the sticks to give yourself a chance, make you one move, maybe to dive forward to get the first down. Catching that ball short is not going to do you much. Again, against a very disciplined defense here in Meade County, they're not going to give up very much.
Solid throw and catch, but as Dan said, not probably the right play. That's Xander Allen, number 87, back for the Bruins to kick. And he'll be kicking into the wind here. Close, and he shanked out when they almost blocked it, and it was shanked.
I think he's starting to feel the pressure a little bit. They're really bringing it hard off of what would be his right side that he's seeing into his kicking foot. And he's going to have to get rid of that ball quicker, or they're going to have to do something to keep that block going on that strong side.
Well, it's only about a punt of about 15 yards. They really did not advance the ball. I think actually 16 yards. They had it on the 24. Meade County will take over on the Central Hardin Bruin 42-yard line. Amazing field position and a 1-touchdown lead.
Yeah, those are those plays there where the offensive coordinator probably looks at the special teams coordinator and saying, well, just give me the ball if you're going to do that. Neither fault. Sometimes it just happens in football that way.
Mofield at quarterback. The give to Holly, number 10, around the right. Noah Page on the tackle, but a big gain.
Yeah, another big gain by the Green Wave. And these defensive linemen from Central Hardin aren't able to maintain and keep that edge. It's going to be a long night. These linebackers are having to make plays all the way from the other side of the field.
Well, they're going to have to do something a little different here. I've seen them in some blitz man looks. They're going to have to probably give up on base defense or they're going to get run over, at least the way it's looking right now. Mofield give to Nick. Oh, ball on the ground again. A bad handoff there. Now this time from the regular quarterback, and there'll be a loss of about 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, Nikolai was kind of grabbing for it a little bit, wasn't making his pocket, and I think that's probably what happened on that exchange. Luckily, he was able to pick it up, and those are the kind of cases from a coaching standpoint that you tell him just fall on the ball.
Yeah.
Nothing really good can happen. Just fall on the ball. We'll take the loss and play the next down. But when he's standing up and reaching down for it, that can be deadly.
Absolutely. So from a 2nd and 3 to now a 3rd and 6. Time winding down in the first quarter, about 50 seconds to go. Snap, and it's going to be a pass. Looking at number 8, Cole Miller. Not a good throw.
Now, that ball looked like it came off of his hand. Really funny. Maybe because
it looked like it stuck to his hand.
Yeah, again, the weather could start to be a factor. It's a little cold out there. It's wet. And so that ball looked like it may have just got stuck to his hand or slipped out too quick.
Well, yeah, they were trying to throw a little hitch route to the slot receiver, number 8, Cole Miller. and the ball just didn't come out. He was covered, but he may have had an opportunity to fit it in there, but just a poor throw. Well, 4th and 6, and we're seeing it again. We're gonna, the Meade County Green Waves, they're gonna go for it on 4th down. Pass, plenty of time, lots of room. He's gonna run for it, and I think Trent Mofield's gonna pick it up and more. Broke a tackle for about a 20-yard gain.
Yeah, good job by Mofield there to see, have some good field vision and know that he was able to pick up this first down. They're in the territory that you might as well go for it anyway. They're up on the road. There's no harm in that.
Well, and that was easy. The Central Hardin Bruins lost contain completely on the right side of their defensive front. I don't know if the defensive end was on a stunt, but there was absolutely nobody in a contained rush situation. He just wandered out there, and when there was no one open, ran for it, which will bring a 1st and 10. I believe they're on the 20-yard line of the Bruins, so they're getting close. They're in the red zone. Snap, give to Nikolai off the left side. Well defended, but he's still going to pick up 4 or 5.
Uh-oh.
No whistle has been blown.
No whistle.
And there's a Bruin running down the field with a picked-up fumble. It looks like Deonko Wilkerson. Is that who it is?
It is.
Corner Deonko Wilkerson.
I never heard a whistle, never saw a whistle, did not see the referees indicating anything. The ball comes out. It is a fumble, and it looks like this will stand.
Well, the funny thing about it, Dan, the reason we're a little confused, befuddled, is everybody on the field stood still like the play was over, except for Deonko, who had the ball in his hands and running with it. And I think everybody thought the play was over. The officials didn't do anything, though.
Well, Coach, I know you've done this. I've done it. We teach our kids, you play to the whistle. And in this case, you play to the whistle. I applaud Deonko. Take the ball and run. Make him tell you to bring it back.
Well, it wasn't looking good for the Bruins, but here we are with an opportunity. Number 40, Evan Jones with the kick, and it's good. So with 0.8 seconds to go in the first quarter, Bruins knotted up at 7 with a huge defensive play, a second turnover from the Meade County Green Wave.
You've got to take advantage of your opportunities. The Bruins there, a little gift, I think, in the term of Nikolai coughing the ball up, I think the Bruins will take it.
Absolutely. So that was number 40, I believe. That was Evan Jones,
the
place kicker. He's number 30 on the roster, but I watched him all pregame kicking the ball, and Evan has some leg. He was hitting from 50 going with the wind tonight, but well struck. I see Evan on the sideline. That is Evan, and he'll tie it up at 7. So, we're reaching near the end of the first quarter. There'll be a kick. It'll be Evan does the place kicking duties for the extra point field goal, but it'll be Xander Allen, 87, who's on the soccer team, doing the kickoff duties. And so one more play.
Yeah, one more play before the quarter, and it was, I think there's no doubt that Meade County had dominated the first quarter in time of possession and yardage, and really had kind of, been in control of the game. But turnovers are costly. They were able to jump on. That's their third fumble, really, of the game. They were able to recover one on their own.
Squib kick, number 11, Will Field. That's Kaysen again. And he did not get anything. And that is the quarter. Squib kick by the Bruins. And so to start the second quarter, Meade County will have the football on about their own 32-yard line. We'll take this opportunity here to thank our sponsors again. I want to start with Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere. Where wireless works, visit us at bluegrasscellular.com. E-Town Exterminating, 737-6900. Online at mugabug.com. West Point Bank has 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point, or find us online at westpointbank.com. Let us help make life simpler. West Point Bank, hometown banking made simple. And so as we have the end of the first quarter, Dan, one of the things we had talked about pregame is the fact that these are two offenses that have not been productive. It looks like one of them's got it figured out.
Yeah, I think so, because, Meade County, again, has been in control the entire quarter. The Bruins are still kind of searching for some identity, I would say, as, several weeks ago we know that they went through the quarterback loss of Chase Elmore. and still trying to figure out what they're doing. And right now we're taking a look at the Elmore family that's out here. What a wonderful family. I know them personally. I think you may as well. Chase Elmore was the starting quarterback, and his mom is battling breast cancer. Yes. And this school, Central Hardin, this community, a lot of people have really reached out to them and there for support for them. So keep them in your thoughts.
You see all the pink on the field that Central Hardin's wearing. That's for Amy Elmore and her battle with breast cancer. So we'll start the second quarter. The give is to Deshaun Welch again, and he breaks some tackles again, but Central Hardin Bruins have him stacked up. He's not one to go down, but he's going to lose yards.
There we see right there, Coach, a very different look for the Bruins. Instead of just jumping in on that pile when he kind of tried to go inside, they stayed home. And when Welch tried to bounce that thing outside, then they were there to make the tackle and wrap him up, so they wasn't going to turn a nothing into something.
Well, that'll be a 2nd and 11. That's really one of the first negative plays we've seen from the Meade County Green Waves. And Welch was given the ball by Mofield, so both of them on the field on that last play together. This time Welch checks out. Nikolai and Holly flanking the quarterback Trent Mofield in the backfield. Give to Holly around the right side this time. Big block by Kobe Nikolai, but again, Bruins there.
Yeah, much better job so far on these first 2 plays of this series from the Bruins, being more disciplined, staying home, maintaining responsibilities, and if you can do those, then be able to wrap some guys up, you're going to make this game very interesting.
Well, there's a flag on the play, Dan, and looks like we're going to have a holding call against the Green Wave, and I think the Bruins will take them back. That was going to be bring up about a 3rd and 13, but they're going to push them back and make it about 2nd and 20. Or
no, yeah, I was wondering about that. Now, why would no reason to accept that penalty there?
Right.
You've already got them in long situation. Let's make this thing 3rd and long, and make them play it from there. Don't give a team like Meade County the extra down.
Well, I agree. The officials had started to step it off, hadn't they? And I'm sure Coach Mattingly on the sideline screaming, no, we're not taking that penalty. So it'll bring 3rd and 11. And Trent Mofield is pretty upset about something. They are not lined up correctly. They're going to have to use the timeout.
Those types of plays, when you have a fumble like that, you have a team capitalize on it, turn it into 6 points, on the sideline, how you handle that and how your coaches and your players handle that could be a big determination in the rest of this game. And right now, I think that one play has Meade County acting, like they're a little timid now when they were coming out as the aggressor.
And obviously Central Hardin's got a little life to them. Hitting the ball carrier in the backfield 2 plays in a row. I saw a penetration out of D linemen who were getting defeated before, and I saw a couple of linebackers on some really nice inside-out fills of the hole to make the play. So yeah, what a difference after a big play turned in by Deonko Wilkerson on a long fumble return. So 3rd and 11, and Meade County will take the field again. Trips to the left. Obviously looking to throw on a 3rd and long, you'd expect. Mofield behind center. He's looking to his left to the trip side. He's gonna run with the ball. It was a hole. Boy, big hit. Mofield taken down.
Yeah,
that was Noah Page.
Noah Page on a really big hit. Again, being disciplined, staying home, able to make the hit. And Mofield, he's kind of dangling that ball out there, and he's really lucky that ball didn't come out for their 4th fumble.
Well, I saw the defensive end on the right side try to get separation from the tackle to go make a play, and the tackle was hanging on for dear life. So they'll bring up a 4th and 7, and Meade County will punt for the first time tonight. A little rugby-style punt, and they'll punch it down the field. Not a big punt over the right side, shanked just like the last Central Hardin punt.
Absolutely, and I can understand that just a little bit, because when you look back there and you see Gavin Jones and Deonko Wilkerson, you don't want to punt to either one of them because they could take it back for 6. And so in this case, Meade County decides to use the rugby punt, but it doesn't really net the difference that they were looking for in that punt.
About a 24-yard punt there, and actually make that a little less than that. They're bringing the chains back, so about a 20-yard punt. And so the Central Hardin Bruins will take over. Sean Hay at quarterback from their own 46-yard line. Good starting field position.
Yeah, it looks like we got a little different group in. I saw Josh Valentine come out.
Gavin, Deonko, Wilkerson, and Talon Ferris in a trip formation to the right side. Number 9, Talon Ferris, checked in on offense for the first time.
And Kyler Lee's in the backfield.
High snap. Great catch by Sean Hay. What an athlete. Shoots it over to Taylor Ferris. Good catch on that side. Short game.
Yeah, good job by both. You just said that. Sean having to reach up and grab that ball, that could have been costly. And Taylor Ferris being able to pull that in. A short gain, but a positive play.
2 one-handed catches on one play, Dan. How about that?
Yeah, pretty good.
2nd and 7 for the Bruins. Are on the right hash on their own 49-yard line, approaching midfield. And looks like the same grouping on the field with Kyler Lee now right behind Sean Hay. We may be looking for a run here. 3-man front from the Green Wave. Give is to Kyler Lee off the right side. He's breaking tackles, running. That'll be a first down, Bruins.
Yeah, a nice run by Kyler Lee. I really like the style of Kyler. A young junior running back there, keeping his legs moving. And he was really tight to Sean in that pistol look.
Absolutely. Kyler Lee is actually the leading tackler for the Bruins, but big run, and Josh Valentine will check back in at the fullback position where they rotate. They've gotten the ball in Meade County territory to the 40-yard line. Again, they're in the shotgun look. Deonko Wilkerson at running back and trips to the left. Sean Hayes, a big kid, about 6'4". Give to Deonko Wilkerson around the left side. He's got a little space. Dancing to his left for a good pickup.
Yeah, nice little play there. You can see that the offensive lineman really trying to stretch that play out and doing a good job of moving their feet to keep that play going in that positive direction.
Well, again, a good pickup there. It's a pickup of about 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 5 from the Meade County Green Wave 35-yard line. Green Wave are staying in. Now they're in that 4-man front again. They've gotten out of the 3-man front that they were in for a couple of plays. They've given up a couple of runs. There's some confusion with the Bruins. They're going to have to call a timeout, Dan.
Yeah, that's why you have them. I mean, know that you can't take them home with you. So when you've got those things like that and your kids are confused, call the timeout, get the troops wrangled in, and make sure everyone's on the same page. Because this is their best series thus far in the game. They need to keep it positive. So yeah, bring the guys in, make sure everyone's good about what the play call is.
Well, let's just be reminded this is an HCEC-TV student production, a division of the Hardin County Schools. Special thanks to our live sports coverage sponsors, Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, Ryan Harris of RE/MAX Premier Properties, Bluegrass Cellular, E-Town Exterminating, and West Point Bank. Tune in weekly for rebroadcasts of all local HCEC-TV programs on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cable's Channel 2 and Spectrum Communications on Channel 184. Well, Dan, again, we mentioned that these two teams have not been offensive juggernauts, but they're both starting to run the ball. Both teams barely averaging over 200 total yards a game, which is not a great deal of offense. All right, 2nd and 5. They'll reset the Bruins. Pass, quick screen to Gavin George to the right. Makes one tackler miss. Another tackler miss, cutting back to the left, spinning off another. Big play for Gavin George.
Yeah, you take a short toss. I think Gavin caught that ball with about, if he would have tackled there, probably a 2-yard gain and turned that into what he did. He, again, just that stellar athlete, great vision down the field. I guess with the kid saying hit that X button or something, making a couple of spins in there. But a great run after catch for Gavin George.
Was number 3, Mason Burnett, on the touchdown-saving tackle for the Green Waves. That'll bring up a 1st and 10 from about the 16-yard line, it appears. Sean Hay in the shotgun again, trips to the left. Valentine to his left. Sean's going to run the football following Valentine. Big kid, good run. Straight ahead.
Yeah, good job there by Sean. Slow getting
Chase
up there.
Connor, who's had a lot of knee problems, Dan, and he's slow to get up. I hope that knee isn't popping out on him. He slipped on wet pavement last year in the wintertime, an icy pavement, and knocked his kneecap out of place. And he's had some problems there, but looks like he's going to stay in the game.
Yeah, good hard run by Sean Hay. First time they've called his number to take it on himself. Big kid like that, he's already in there at quarterback. It's kind of like Wildcat.
Absolutely. They need to take advantage of that. He'll be under center here. Wing formation to the right. Quarterback sneaks straight ahead. He's got room. Down to the 1, it looks like.
He's the type of kid, he's so big and long. If you hit him at the 5 and he lays out forward, he could end up in the end zone.
Well, they were on about the 6 or 7 yard line, and it didn't look like anybody over the center, and they just took advantage of it. Sean's an excited kid, and he looks like he's yelling for Coach, hey, let's do that one again. Oh, goodness. All right, we've got a double wing formation. I wouldn't be surprised to see that again, to be honest with you. Maybe Valentine straight ahead. It'll be Valentine stuffed at the line of scrimmage.
I think he's going to get in. That's
wow.
Good second effort by Josh. He was hit hard by about 3 Green Wave. They hit at the line of scrimmage, and he kept his feet churning and able to slide in because they were about on the 1-yard line already, so it was really close. Good hard run by Josh.
Great effort. He got hit hard. He was stuck at the line of scrimmage, and that absolutely he was able to keep his feet and get the ball in the end zone. So coming on the field again will be Evan Jones for the Bruins to try the point after. Xander Allen on the holds down. Good kick, straight through. 14-7 Bruins. 6:53 remaining in the second quarter here, and quite a turn of events.
Yeah, really good series. The Bruins able to take advantage here. Again, kind of talk a little bit about that defensive fumble recovery the Bruins had right at the end of the first quarter, and they were able to use that as fuel to push them into the second quarter and take advantage. We're down to 6:53 on the clock. So that this quarter has been 100% Central Hardin Bruins.
Well, we'll be kicking back to the Meade County Green Wave. Just a reminder, Brandenburg Telecom is providing service for all of your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results, with locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. So Xander Allen will be in to kick the ball off. He was holding on the extra point, the point after touchdown there. And back deep for the Green Wave, I can't tell. They have their hands over their jerseys.
I'm not sure if it really matters because I don't believe they're going to kick it deep.
Well, we've seen squib kicks on both sides and with pretty good results. Some dangerous situations, but both teams have been able to get on the football. So Xander's ready to kick. Kicking deep this time.
Called my bluff.
Oh, into the end zone. Big kick, Xander Allen. Beautiful.
I've seen him do it in warm-ups. I mean, that he can kick the ball and he can get it there. But it would look like it was able to tell number 83 was Jake Carmen. And that ball just kind of bounces past him and right into the end zone. So good job for Xander Allen.
Yeah, the ball landed on about the 2. It was a big kick. Again, it was with the wind, which makes a difference. Obviously, they're going to kick deep with the wind and probably not try to do that into the wind. I had to get a little chuckle, Dan. You see some interesting things at high school football games. Xander, after the kick, I look back, and he's spinning the kicking tee like a pistol and then holstering it. That was quite a celebration. All right, Meade County will take over at the 20-yard line to give to Holly off the right side. Good pickup for about 4 yards.
Yeah, good, nice run there by Holly. And I tell you what, Meade County definitely needs something positive here in this drive, or else this could become a one-sided ball game.
Well, Nathan Holly was not one of the key ball carriers prior to Deshaun Welch's injury, and really saw his emergence in the John Hardin game, which I had a chance to call and see, and he's been a really good addition for their running game. 2nd and 5 from the 25-yard line, actually. Got it to 25. Give up inside. Stuffed.
Yeah, big, massive bunch right there. Bruins and Green Waves kind of meeting there. I think maybe he was able to pick up a yard, maybe.
25, Kyler Lee on the tackle. He looked like he was one of the first ones on the play. Big stop, and we've got a 3rd and 4 now for Meade County. It was Nikolai on the carry, and so they haven't been able to get him on the ground with one guy, and they had 3 or 4 that time. Big 3rd down for the Green Wave in their own territory. I'm sure they'd like to keep things going and not hand it back to the hot Central Hardin Bruins. Give off the right side to Holly. Good cutback, but there's nothing there.
A little difference there. They go into this I formation look here, and Holly, you got a big blocking back out of Nikolai there, and decides instead, Nikolai makes his initial block, and then he kind of cuts inside of it instead of just continuing to follow him. And I think that was why the Bruins were able to make the stop.
Well, 68 Butterworth and 66 Fogel were in there at defensive tackle and did a good job. They've been really holding up the last 2 series. So there'll be a punt on 4th and 2. Oh, he's gonna fake it. Didn't get it. Wow, they run that rugby punt, Dan, and he went for it.
Yeah, and it looked like number 88, Landon Blair, for the Bruins, sophomore, listed as a tight end and linebacker, playing some special teams there, was able to kind of sniff that out, and he was able to chase him down. I don't know who was on the front side that made the hit, but it was a big hit that came up.
Well, Landon obviously knew his responsibility against this rugby punt was to stay with the quarterback, with the punter, and he did that. What a great job! And boy, Ofield's got to be just scratching his head over there, wondering what in the world's going on.
Yeah, big turn of events here for the Bruins.
Another big play. Turnover on downs. Hey, back to pass. He's going to look deep for Gavin George. First play out of it, right through Gavin's hands. That easily could have been 6.
I tell you what, I'm really surprised. Those are typically the ones we've seen when Gavin goes up to get it, he's going to come down with it. A little extra action was happening before the play. I thought maybe we might see a flag come in, but I really like the play call there. You get the ball back, short field. I mean, go for the end zone. Why not?
Absolutely. It is starting to rain a little bit too, so if you can put another one on the board here, that could be a big deal. So we have a big opportunity missed, and Sean Hay will be under center here. Tight end left, double wing formation. Turn, fake, down the middle. Dianco Wilkerson is open, overthrown. Dianco stopped. He's running a go route.
I'm sitting here watching this game, and I almost want to just kind of scream, run the ball. Sean Hay makes this rollout here, and he has got the entire field to run. Now he had some Meade County Green Wave kind of watching him on the backside, but trying to make that throw and trying to throw it back across your body. And I know he's big and he's strong and he can make that throw, but just run that ball because he had daylight.
Yeah, that was a rule I had when I was in college. If you see green grass for at least 5 or 6 yards, take it, man. You never know if you break a tackle, you got 10. So they're in shotgun on 3rd and 10. Trips formation to the right. 2 pass plays with nothing to show for it. It's going to be a short throw to Gavin George. He makes one guy miss. He's got a lot of yards. He's got the end zone in front of him. Touchdown, Bruins!
Yeah, unfortunately, this ball is going to come back. We had a hold right here at the point of attack for the Bruins. And it is unfortunate, but we did have a hold. I think it was the wing there on that side, trying to just give them that corner. Don't want your quarterback getting hit. You can't afford to lose another one. But that's the call there.
Yeah, I saw that on the outside as well. Whether that was wing or, it was a wing on the outside over here trying to make a block. And Gavin George made a great catch on just a quick hitch, a short route. Made one guy miss, but now we're going to be in a 3rd and 20. Central Hardin Bruins, middle of the field on the Meade County Green Wave 38, but long yardage. 3rd and 20. Again, we'll see 2 wide receivers to the right. Sean Hay in the shotgun formation. A 3-man front, so a lot of coverage out there, and they're going to throw a quick hitch again to Gavin George. Not as much room this time.
Yeah, no, we're coming back with the same play there, a little bit different set out of it, but trying to get the ball in the space with Gavin George. They're 4th down here with the rain going 4 minutes before half. I bet they're going to go for this ball.
Well, 4th and 15 on the 32-yard line. Again, a punt is probably not going to net you a lot. Just out of field goal range. I did see their kicker make some from 50, but in the rain and in this kind of circumstance, that's probably not your best option either.
Yeah, I wonder if they'd be thinking about it here just a little bit. They do have the wind in their back.
Well, they're letting the clock run down. He's going to call a timeout and then figure it out here with it. I'm looking at the flag right now, the American flag, and it is blowing. And it is blowing in the direction of the Bruins. So Tim Mattingly is talking to the kicker, Evan Jones, and he patted him on the head.
I think they're going to give this thing a shot and take the kick. And why not here? Give these guys the kick. Again, we just saw Xander put that ball in the end zone.
Yeah.
And when something like that happens, kicker, he and Evan Jones, they're looking for things to celebrate. And so be pretty excited to why not come out here and give this thing a chance.
Well, I saw Evan in pregame, like I told you, hit a few from about 50 yards. This is going to be 49, I believe. He's going to be spotting this on the 39-yard line. Xander Allen is the holder. And so he's got the leg. If he hits it solid, he's got plenty of leg. It's just the excitement of the situation, and can he put his foot on the ball where he wants to. All right. Snap. It's down. Kick is up. It's line drive kick.
He made it.
It's through from 49.
Woo! What a nice kick. It was a low line drive
kick.
But you know, as kickers, they sometimes have to hit those balls like that to make sure they have the distance. Nobody on Meade County contested. You know, no one jumped up in the air tried to. So, great job. I love to see a kid like Evan Jones get excited for it. And I think Xander was just as excited as his holder.
Well, Dan, we had a kicker a while back, didn't we? That was pretty good. It's been a while since we've seen one from around 50 yards. That's a 49-yarder. John Wallace, who kicked at University of Louisville.
Yes.
I saw him kick one through from 53 out here. I don't know if that's a school record. We've had a lot of good kickers, but he was pretty special. But I haven't seen one go through from that far out for quite a while.
Absolutely. You know, we've been pretty fortunate in this area, not just here from Central Hardin, but just in this area in general with some really good kickers. And for people at home, you may not know, there's a gentleman, Colonel Dallas Halcomb, has been around programs.
Love the Colonel.
Football in general, and if you want to learn to kick, he will work with you. And there's a lot of guys that have done it collegiately and have gone on to do a lot of really good things, and they started off working with Colonel Halcomb.
Well, he was working with these guys before the game, and so there's Xander Allen kicking off, and the ball hits the ground, bounces off the Meade County player's face. Big tackle deep in Meade County territory at about the 16-yard line.
Great job. 33, Clay Perry coming up and laying the hit right there. And the Meade County player, I think, was a little stunned with the ball hitting him in the face mask. And Clay Perry takes advantage of it and just nails him.
Well, it scooted off the wet turf. It bounced really funny, and he was fortunate to get his hands on it immediately, but it hit him right in the face off the bounce, off of a very strange bounce. But a big play for the Bruins again in the kicking game. So with 3:44 to go in the half, it's 17-7, Bruin lead, and Meade County looking to try to get something going here. They're in their more traditional wing tee set there, and the give to Richardson around the right side.
Yeah, I'm not sure if our viewers at home could have tell on that play right there, but that was almost another fumble. The ball, the delivery between Mofield and Holly, the exchange almost did not happen. It looked like he grabbed it with his knees and then had to go down pretty quick.
That was actually J.J. Richardson, and he's a receiver usually, so I can understand why they'd have a hard time on an exchange. He's not used to taking a handoff. He's the one that caught the touchdown early in the game. Well, again, back under center. It'll be 2nd and 10 from their own 18-yard line. Mofield under center. He's going to run the waggle pass. He's got Welch out in the flat, but can't find him open. And he is looking to throw the football. He's throwing it away.
Now they're going to mark him out of bounds. He threw the ball down the field to try to get himself back to the regular line of scrimmage, but they are marking him out of bounds for a big loss.
I couldn't tell if he had gotten out of bounds first or if he'd gotten rid of the football, but they will mark it about 3rd and 17, or maybe 3rd and 16 from about the 14-yard line there. The Green Wave backed up in their own end with 2:58. Central Hardin may be thinking, let's get this thing back and go one more time. Quick toss to the left side, a lot of room, but not enough.
Yeah, good job setting up that play right there. Number 2, Nikolai, having the block there on Kyler Lee, opening that hole back up for him to cut back inside, but just not enough when you're looking for 16, 17 yards.
Sean Hay on the tackle, but there's a flag on the play here. We've got a hold on the Green Wave, and that would bring up a 4th and about 8 or 9. I can't believe they'd take this penalty. Unless you're really wanting to force them back. They are going to decline the penalty.
4th down.
No choice but to punt here, and I would hope Coach Mofield has had a little talk with his punter and said, I don't care how good it looks, you're punting the ball this time.
Absolutely. Yeah, you know, in my coaching days, there would be times on the field where I'd give the guy the green light, but I don't think in that last situation the light was green.
Not in his own end of the field like that. I cannot imagine. And again, they're in the rugby punt, and he has killed that one. Big punt. Gavin George fumbles the ball, bobbles it. He's got space, though.
This is a dangerous play here when you got a guy like Gavin
tackles,
George.
Breaking more tackles. He's got a little space. I keep looking for flags because there were all kinds of opportunities for there to be blocks in the back. Probably could have thrown a flag, but I don't see any laundry on the field.
Yeah, those are those types of plays when you see the returner bobbling the ball a little bit, your returners, your kicking team often breaks lines, and they lose their coverage. And when that starts to happen, it could be very dangerous for a guy like Gavin George, running the ball. And not dangerous for him, but actually dangerous for the Green Wave with a guy like Gavin George running the ball, because he can tear you up pretty quick.
Absolutely. And so I was cringing a bit, hoping not to see one of these kids get knocked out, because when you get those kinds of situations where you've got peel back blocks, and there were 3 or 4 opportunities there, and on one opportunity Bruins were able to get their head in front. On the other, I saw one of the Bruins hold up and not throw a block that could have been a block in the back. So Bruins will take over. They've got 2 minutes and 17 seconds to go in the half. They're on their own 35-yard line, facing the 4-man front, the 4-3 look, 4-4 look of the Green Wave. Hay in the shotgun. Fumbled snap. The ball may be getting wet, Dan.
Absolutely. Again, we've seen a similar play where Nikolai had a ball like that, and he was trying to pick it up and make something happen. That's a situation there. Young quarterback, in a sense, Sean Hay being young, is that he hasn't taken a lot of snaps in his career. Just fall on that ball there and play the next down.
Well, they, with the rain falling, it's not a heavy rain. It's just a drizzle, but it's making it wet, and we're seeing some ball handling problems continue to grow for these two teams. And it's going to bring up a 2nd and 15 from their own 30-yard line. Sean Hay's going to be under center. Tight end to the right, double wing formation. We've got a timeout, Bruins.
I think that's their 3rd timeout. It's their final one. But like I said earlier, you can't take them with you. And again, when you're in this type of situation, 1:30 left in the half, make sure that you get a good play called.
Well, again, let's note, as we have a stoppage of play here, a few of our sponsors.
Yeah, Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere where wireless works. Visit us at bluegrasscellular.com. E-Town Exterminated, 737-6900, online at mugabug.com. And West Point Bank has 5 offices located here in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Or find us online at westpointbank.com. Let us help make life simpler. West Point Bank, hometown banking made simple. Yeah, what an interesting game here so far, where we saw the game really dominated by the Meade County Green Wave. Sean Hay here taking the ball. Looks like he's going to keep it
down.
Yep, another flag down.
Good pickup on the play of about 10 yards. He finally kept the ball like you were begging him to earlier in the game. So,
well, here's a little different situation here. Right-handed quarterback rolling out to his left. He's trying to get his shoulders turned back. You're not going to probably get him turned. You're a big guy. Turn up field, get the positive yardage out of this. And unfortunately, holding call is going to bring the ball back a little deeper.
Well, as we now are at 1:24 to go in the half, it's going to bring up a 2nd and about 20 or 25. Tim Mattingly's got to be thinking, let's run this clock out if possible.
Yeah, very interesting here. They did not have the ball marked. They had the holding call. The referee had the ball in hand. They really don't know where it is. It was a holding call, then was declined. So now they're trying to figure out where this ball goes. And
holding call was declined. They picked up about 12 yards on the play. Why would they decline that?
I'm not really sure. It would probably bring up about a 3rd and 8. And
okay.
if they have this ball right, he just kind of walked back, and I think the Green Wave staff pointed to where he should have been. They're going to tell the truth, right?
Of course, yeah. It's back there.
So
3rd and 9.
3rd and 9.
Oh, man. Spotted by the Green Wave coaching staff.
But, this is where the official, you need to keep the mark until the play is determined whether they're going to accept it or decline it. And the referees were kind of making up their mind for the coaches before they did.
Can't assume. It looked like to me that Sean Hay had gotten a lot more yards than that, but I couldn't tell where his foot would have gone out of bounds. So 3rd and 9. Sean Hay under center. They could legitimately pick this thing up. I'm kind of surprised Meade County would not accept that penalty, because now you give the Bruins an opportunity to pick it up.
Yeah, very confused here from the officiating staff of the ball game. They're trying to talk about where they think the ball goes, If the ball is if the penalty is declined, you get it where the play ended.
Stepped out of bounds. Yeah.
And whether if that's the mark at the 35, the 36-yard line, or not, but no official had the ball marked. So
I'm laughing because the officials just keep looking at each other.
Yeah, do you know?
It's pretty funny. Yeah. Hey, did you see what happened? I didn't see it.
Yeah. I could not tell exactly where, just kind of like what you were saying a minute ago. I personally thought the ball was closer to the 40, but I could not tell, again, because it's on the far sideline where he actually stepped out.
Right.
I'm actually surprised. I think Coach Mattingly has kind of given him a little bit of an earful and trying to get maybe a couple more yards out of this.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, when I saw it, it looked like he had gotten a little further. But it's going to be 3rd and 9 from the left hash on their own 36-yard line. Turn. We've got a reverse call, but they sniffed that one out big time. It's going to be a loss of 2 or 3 yards. That was Deshaun Welch in the backfield making a big play.
Yeah, a really good job of the Green Wave. Some swarm action happening, and they needed it big time there to get this ball back and force the punt.
And with 1:16 to go, the Green Wave will now get it back with a likely really good field position. And they're going to call timeout to talk it over. They've gotten really good pressure on Xander Allen the last couple of times, and Xander looked a little spooked back there last time. So he better handle this, and then he's going to have to get it out of there quick, or we could see another big play on the other side.
Yeah, and I really don't think that Xander is the issue in that. I think that he's getting the ball in decent time, and he's getting rid of it as quick as he can. But the pressure coming off, and it's been, I think, more on his right-hand side. The pressure is coming on a little stronger than that than the punt block or the punt team can handle.
Well, we'll see here as the Bruins take the field again. Fourth and 10 now, and again, Xander Allen into punt. He's back way deep. I haven't seen punters quite this far back. I don't know if he's retreating to try to avoid the rush or what. High snap, one-handed catch. He gets that great play, Xander Allen. It's going to get a huge bounce.
They decide to bring the pressure from the other side this time, and fortunately, for the Bruins, Xander's able to turn away from a little bit and kick it. And again, he's excited off of that, and he should be.
I think that was about a 46-yard punt. Just trying to add it up real quickly myself, and not only a 46-yard punt, actually 50-yard punt. 50-yard punt for Xander Allen, 49, I guess, from the 34-yard line to the 15. But the catch, I mean, he was back 15 yards already, and he had to retreat to catch the ball. So a big kick and a big roll, and Meade County's pinned back with 1:04 to go in the first half.
Yeah, again, kickers love the win when it's in their favor.
That's right. That's right. All right, let's see what Meade County will do. It looks like they're in a victory-type formation. They're just going to sit on it and let the clock run out, even with 1:04.
Well,
clock's not running.
All the teams have used their timeouts, so there are no timeouts left. So it looks like we're just going to run this off with the play clock and take this into halftime.
Not surprising with 1:04 and a running style offense. Maybe if you get the ball at the 40 or at midfield, you're going for it. But in this case, pinned deep in your own territory. They're going to run this thing out and be content to go in just down 10. The snap and kneel down, and that'll do it for the half, Dan.
Yeah, what a half it's been. Lots of action. I think that Coach Mofield and his staff are going to be taking a look at some things and figuring out what they can do to come out with a positive second half.
Well, Dan, let's sum it up. Let's wrap up this first half as the last 8 seconds are going to run off the clock here. What's the difference?
Well, I think the difference is, and I've already said it earlier in the broadcast, but we've got to come back to the fumble that from Nikolai. Down here on this end where, Deonka Wilkerson seems to be the only guy that wanted to finish the play. I think that is the difference. I think that was the turn of the game late in the first quarter where it was all green wave. It gave the Bruins life, and now they've come to play.
I mean, that's the question I'd ask. Who outplayed whom here?
Well, I think it is a tale. Sometimes we say the tale of two halves, but I think this is the tale of two quarters. The Green Waves owned the first quarter. Were dominating, moving the ball, did whatever they wanted to. We've seen some different looks, going under center, going with the Wildcat look. And then, you have the big turnover, defensive touchdown for the Bruins, and then it's been all Bruins. And, we've said you got to play all aspects of the game, but, I would also say that the Bruins kicking game has been a big difference.
Big punt, big 49-yard field goal. We don't even see that all the time on Sunday afternoons with some of the kicking problems people have had in the NFL. Well, that wraps it up. We are finished with the first half. Central Hardin Bruins 17, Meade County Green Waves 7. We'll join you again for the second half in just a few minutes.
Turn Coca-Cola products into cash for the students of Hardin County Schools. Visit coke.com/give/schools on your computer or smartphone. Tap Scan Code. Scan the code with your camera or enter it manually. When you are finished, click Submit. Help the Hardin County Schools by just scanning your Coca-Cola products. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Next week in KDMA and championship regional quarterfinal. Ladies and gentlemen, your Central Hardin marching band.
500, you want to zoom in on her? I'm on your side. When times get that cup is over troubled water, I will lay me down.
Turn Coca-Cola products into cash for the students of Hardin County Schools. Visit coke.com/give/schools on your computer or smartphone. Tap Scan Code. Scan the code with your camera or enter it manually. When you are finished, click Submit. Help the Hardin County Schools by just scanning your Coca-Cola products. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3.
It's important to build a relationship with the students and with the parents. I call each one by name in the morning when they get on. I call them by name. Each afternoon when they get off, I call them by name. You have patience to be with students. It's a very rewarding job.
Back again for the second half here at Central Hardin High School in Cecilia, Kentucky. Central Hardin Bruins have turned a 7-0 first quarter deficit into a 17-7 lead now. We're about to start the second half again. And Dan, what do the Meade County Green Wave have to do to get back in this thing?
Well, I think they got to get back to what they know and what their bread and butter is, and that's running the ball. When you've got people like Deshaun Welch, Nathan Hawley, you got to run the ball. And obviously I don't want to throw the ball, take it away from Nikolai, but you've got to run the ball. I think that's where their bread and butter is. I think that's what they need to do, and I think if they stick with that, they can control this game like they did in the first quarter.
Well, as we mentioned, both teams have struggled on the offensive side of the ball for the year. Central Hardin Bruins only had 1,300 yards of total offense and had given up 2,100 yards of offense in 7 games. And in 8 games, Meade County Green Wave had only had 1,750 yards of offense. So, again, both teams just over 200 yards of offense a game. They've been a little more effective tonight on the ground, and you're actually starting to see Central Hardin move the ball as they got in the shotgun formation, trips formation. Sean Hay running, throwing, again, handing the ball and getting it out quick to Gavin George.
Yeah, and they really haven't done anything special with it. They've done that with great field position. As Meade County has kind of taken a couple of shots in a sense of trying to get a better field position, taking some chances that haven't gone their way. And Central Hardin has just done a really good job of capitalizing on the mistakes and or field possession that Meade County's given them.
Well, we're ready for a big second half. And again, as we noted before the game, if Central Hardin wins this game, that'll set up a district championship game next week in Radcliffe against North Hardin. If Meade County can pull this off, that puts them right back in the race. And again, whoever wins here is guaranteed a first-round home playoff game. And so both teams will be really fired up for the second half. We'll see who has made the better adjustments. Again, both coaches coached together for over 10 years. Larry Mofield, the head coach of Meade County, and Tim Mattingly was his defensive coordinator there for years. So we'll see who can get the upper hand. As you noted to me before, Tim Mattingly's had his number. Yeah,
Mattingly came to Central Hardin in 2014 from his long stand being an assistant coach there in Meade County. And since he has come here, he has turned the tables in favor of the Bruins. Before that, I was just doing some research and went all the way back at least to 2006, where it was all Meade County. And very, Meade County just really kind of controlling most of those games. But it's, Tim Mattingly right now 4-0 since 2014 against the Meade County Green Wave, his former team. Last year was a nice contest. They did go into overtime. Central Hardin was victorious.
So Tim Mattingly looking to continue his great success against his former team. He worked with Larry Mofield for years there. For just over a decade, I believe. I know Tim Jr., who's the offensive coordinator for the Bruins, now played at Meade County. I coached against him when I was here at Central. And these guys have had a lot of success, and we've got another half of football to see if they can continue that success. or if Coach Mofield can pull something out of his hat, and if they can eliminate the mistakes, is what it seems like to me, Dan.
Absolutely, yeah. They definitely have to find a way to control the ball, play just solid offense and defense, and take advantage of Bruin mistakes.
Craycroft with a squib kick, and it's again number 88, Landon Blair, making another big play for us. He was the one who did such a great job on the fake punt, staying with the punter, not letting him pick up a big fourth down, and there he covers the kick.
Yeah, he does a good job, corrals it. Looks like he has to pull it in between his legs to get it, but just being very conscious of the ball and being able to do that. Some of these young players, the young man's a sophomore, getting his opportunity on special teams, and to be honest, that's where you make your name known. Coaches see that, and who knows what turns for him next year as a junior.
So in the shotgun again with trips formation to the left, Sean Hay at quarterback. Let's see if he can handle the snap. Struggled late in the half. He's got the football straight ahead to Kyler Lee, I believe, and they stack him up in a hurry.
Great job right there. 44 and 67, the combo there. Do not have the number 44
Colton
on our
Kelly, though, 67, right?
Yeah, Colton Kelly at 67, the big tackle there. But I do not know who 44 is for the Green Wave.
That's going to bring up a 2nd and 12 as the Bruins were dropped for a loss on that big first down play. So they've got the ball, great field position on their own 41-yard line, but they're already behind the sticks a little bit here. Again, trips formation to the left. Sean Hay, quarterback, I believe Josh Valentine next to him in the backfield again. Looks like Nikolai is going to be on the blitz, and he's coming through to bring pressure. Quick throw to Gavin George, and he's brought down immediately. I believe it's number 20, Richardson, on the tackle.
Yeah, really good job. The ball was thrown kind of low. Gavin had to go down and get it. Being a tall receiver, those are actually the hardest balls to catch, to have to go down and get that. But at least able to pull it in, no gain on the play.
Well, 3rd down and 10 from the 44-yard line, maybe the 43-yard line. And Bruins another big 3rd down, and we'll see if they can get anything going here. Again, shotgun formation, trips to the right. Looks like Meade County's going to bring blitz. They're bringing pressure, bringing 5 guys. He's got Gavin George down the field, but was drilled.
Yeah, hit hard there by number 50, Myron Page, coming off of the line there. Gets a clear shot on the backside of him, and it was a good job for Myron to make that hit because I think that he was going to hit Gavin in stride.
Gavin George running a post route on the right side, had beaten the defenders and had an opportunity. But Myron Page, who's the 2nd leading tackler for the Green Wave, drilled Sean Hay on that blitz. And so that brings Andrew Allen out on 4th and 10. He'll be punting. He's back again very far. They've got him set at about 15. We usually set our punters at about 13 to 14. That's a deep look. Good snap. Punt is really low and running. It's going to take a really good bounce for the Bruins.
Yeah, it takes advantage of that. That low kick, they're able to get that off, and luckily the thing wasn't blocked. Meade County bringing pressure again. But, started this 3rd quarter. Great job from Meade County Green Wave on defense there, getting 3 and out.
Well, they're going to be, again, they're trying to change the momentum, and that's a good way to start it off right here is good 3 and out. So Meade County will take over on their own 23-yard line on the right hash. They'll come out under center. They're going to try to be a little bit more Meade County-like. They've got the over formation to the right, to the left side. Give to the fullback straight ahead. Not much there. No,
not much there. But hitting the ball straight ahead. The Central Hardin Bruin defensive line, they're able to make the stop, and they can't get a number because they were just all crowded in there. But yeah, Meade County does a really good job getting to the center. Quick snap, getting the play in action really quick.
And that's what I would call load formation. They have the halfback and the wing back and the wide receiver all to the same side. They're loading that side of the field, load formation. This time we've got, looks like double wing formation under center. They're going to throw the ball down the field. Sack. Ball's loose. Picked up. Scoop and score. Touchdown, Bruins. Can you get a number for me?
It looked like number 10. I think it was Noah Page.
Noah Page
on the tackle and sack for a loss, and the ball comes out. I think Noah was a little skeptical if being a fumble or not, because he kind of drug him down and the ball pops out. And being smart there, he picks the ball up and takes off and runs to the end zone again.
Another big defensive play. And again, Noah Page is a linebacker. That was a blitz. They're bringing pressure. There was a hitch route to Mitchell Dozer. They were trying to throw to the left side, number 13. Mofield didn't like what he wasn't liking what he was seeing. Kick is up and good, and again, Evan Jones knocks it through, but Trent Mofield didn't like what he was seeing, Dan, and held it for quite a while.
Yeah, he held it just a little bit too long because the pressure was coming to Noah Page, and I don't know if that was a design blitz call or if he saw the opening and decided to take it coming off of that backside, but a nice hit, ball jars loose, and the Bruins are able to take advantage.
Dan, you never know what kids are going to do. Yeah, Noah coming through there. You'd think in a passing situation the linebacker would be dropping into coverage, but you never know if it was a blitz or if he just saw it and ran.
Yeah, I got to think that it was a design blitz call for him to get in there, but it was well called, well played, and good job from Noah Page to able to make the hit and pick up the fumbles for the scoop and score.
Well, after getting off to a good start defensively, Meade County Green Wave have just given it right back with a devastating, this time to me, Dan, I'm not saying they're out of it because I think they certainly could stage 2 or 3 good drives and get back into this thing, but that's a pretty devastating turnover and giving up 7 points.
Yeah, the body language starts to set in a little bit. As we're sitting here from this vantage point, we can see over to the Meade County Green Wave sideline, and you can just tell that their kids, their fans, even though they came out, are looking a little defeated at this point.
And the kick is going to be another squib kick by Xander Allen and fielded nicely.
Yeah, good job there for the Green Waves. It looked like number 20.
That's Richardson.
J.J. Richardson. Good hands, obviously. Able to just to kind of corral that up and take it where it lies.
That's going to give him pretty good field position. Again, squib kick, trying to keep it out of the hands of the deep backs, and Xander Allen executes that well, and Green Wave will pick up 1st and 10 from their own 32-yard line on the left hash. Decent field position. We'll see if they can take advantage and start to claw their way back into this ball game with 9:39 to go in the third quarter. Load formation to the right. It's going to be a quick toss to number 8, Cole Miller. And he's got a few yards there, but I see Zach Jones, number 41, there to stuff it.
Yeah, good job again. Pursuit drill there for the defensive lineman getting down the field and making that carry. But I got to commend Coach Mofield, coming right back to his quarterback, Trent Mofield, in that to bring him back out, shake that play off, and give him another chance at it. Was almost thinking they may have came out in Wildcat formation like we saw in the first quarter.
That got him off to a pretty good start. I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen that again with Deshaun Welch. I know they had some problems handling the ball, but they were pretty effective moving it. All right, 2nd down and 8 yards to go from their own 34-yard line. Again, we've got one wide receiver to the right, tight end left. Turn, give to Welch. Several guys on Welch. Great tackle out on the outside by number 2, Deonko Wilkerson.
Yeah, much bigger ball carrier there in Welch going up against Wilkerson, but Wilkerson was able to drag him down to the ground and keep him from getting that 1st down.
That's going to bring up a 3rd and 6 for the Green Waves. And again, I don't know if it's desperation time for them, but they probably, even in their own end, might be thinking 4 downs here.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like they're bringing out their receivers as we see Welch go to the sideline as well. As again, the number 44, don't have him on our roster, but he's a big guy that's been a blocker in there for him.
So 3rd down and 6, a big play. Trent Mofield takes the snap in the shotgun. He's looking to the right. It's a hitch and go to Mitchell Dozier, and nothing there. He's coming back. He's got to throw it away.
Yeah, it's a good job that he's able to throw that ball away. You don't need to take a big loss there. He was being chased down by 41 Zach Jones, and he was coming on strong. Well,
the punting unit seems to be coming on. Again, that was a big play in the first half where the punter, I believe, decided that he had room and he would go for it on the rugby punt. But they've got the punting unit on the field, so we'll see what that means here. Gavin George and Deonko Wilkerson are back deep to receive the punt. Snap, rugby punt. It's away. It's a low punt. It's not going to be fielded. It's going to be downed. It'll be down at about the 37-38 yard line of the Bruins. They'll take over with good field position.
Yeah, here we go again. That the Meade County Green Wave not able to get anything going in this series, and again, I think they gotta figure something out. I would have thought that they would have come back out with some more running attack, but they're just not able to get it going. The Bruins have done a really good job thus far of holding them in check. but the defense may have to do something for them. Maybe the defense, just like the Bruins have been able to score 2 touchdowns tonight, maybe the defense for the Green Wave can make something happen.
Well, if there's going to be a momentum shift, that's probably one of the best ways they can do that. So Sean Hay under center again here. There's motion, fake toss, give back to Talon Ferris around the left side. Nothing there, and there's a flag on the field.
Yeah, coming into the vicinity typically of a hold. Could not tell if that's what the call is going to be.
That's a good guess, Dan, because that's what the indication is there, and that'll back up the Bruins quite a bit. Interestingly enough, number 44 again in on the tackle. I just got to guess, Dan, that you know how you have an extra jersey in the behind the bench back there in case someone gets one about half ripped off of them or blood on it or whatever it is. That may be a replacement jersey on someone there. It's not on the roster. And that young man's making plays right now.
Yeah, I wish I knew so that we could give him his credit. But he is being a player offensively and defensively.
Shotgun formation. Sean Hay looking for Gavin George again on the screen. He's going to try to make a move and make somebody miss. A short pickup, but a good job of getting positive yards.
One of the things here you see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 white jerseys, green helmets there on the action when Gavin George caught that ball and doing a really good job of taking angles on that pursuit. Coaches work on that all the time in practice, but the Meade County is usually really, really good at that, especially against a guy like Gavin George. You've got to be there.
Well, they picked up about 5, so a decent pickup. 2nd and 12 now brings up. And again, we're seeing Sean Hay in the shotgun quite a bit. And we got a tight end to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Give is going to be to Deonko Wilkerson around the left side, trying to get the end, and not much there.
Not much there. Again, our mystery man, number 44, was busting through the play, was not able to be Chase Connor was trying to make the block on him, and he was blowing right through and able to chase the play down from the backside.
Saw 67 Colton Kelly in there on the play as well, so we had several Meade County Green Wave making the play there. And you're seeing Meade County, Dan, move back and forth from a 3-man front to a 4-man front.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering have we seen Zach Carter, 26? I wonder if that's who that is for the Green Wave. He is like the 3rd leading tackler.
I see 26 at safety back there, Dan. He's running off the field.
Yeah, so
you're right.
Tyler Burnett, we just we're informed, is wearing the 44 jersey. Typically wears 64. So there he is, Tyler Burnett.
Okay. He's again, we're seeing interesting these coaches, Dan, pulling out all the stops. We've seen Coach Mattingly put number 41 on normally number 62, an offensive lineman Zach Jones, so he can play some wing back and some tight end. Obviously, number 44, Tyler Burnett, has gone from a lineman number to a back number so he can carry the ball, and he's still playing some defensive end.
Yeah, he's playing some defensive end. I've noticed him kind of he's lining up in that tight end kind of formation, the spot on tight end offensively. And again, when you have a guy like him, offensive lineman, and has decent feet, sometimes you make that conversion over and get really an extra lineman in there, but even an eligible number if you need to sneak him out.
Tyler is a senior, so he's a very experienced young man. We got Deonko Wilkerson at quarterback now, kind of a wildcat. He's going to throw the ball down the field to Gavin as well, and the ball's knocked out of bounds. Good play by number 8, Cole Miller.
Cole Miller really did a great job of defending that play. The ball came out a little wobbly, but it did make its way there. And really give credit there to Cole Miller to knock that ball out of bounds. Not knocking the ball back into play, but knocking the ball out of bounds where no one can make the play on it.
So that was a big 3rd and 10 throw, and again, Deonko Wilkerson trying to get the ball down the field. It's kind of interesting, his first play at quarterback, they're going to have him throw the ball down the field, and not a bad throw, just a good play by Cole. Miller will drop back deep to receive the punt as well, and again, we see Xander Allen back deep to punt the ball. Snap is low, he's got it. It's out, well kicked. Beautiful punt. Cole Miller trapped on the sideline, but he escapes one, but not the next 5 tacklers that are there.
Yeah, Cole Miller was running hard over towards the 30-yard line to field this punt, and he gets it. Again, not wanting to give up any more field position, as the Bruins have been fortunate with the bounce tonight. Probably a good job for him just to field that ball and keep the ball from rolling any closer to the end zone.
Everything has bounced their way tonight, and number 87, Xander Allen, who we noted early in the game, looked a little bit concerned about the rush. He's got a little confidence going. He drilled that one even with a lot of pressure in his face. It was a little close.
Yeah, there was a lot. Green Waves were bringing the pressure for sure. There was about 3 or 4 guys that were really close to getting to him.
Trent Mofield in the shotgun formation trips to the left side. He's looking left. Looking at number 20, J.J. Richardson. Nothing there at this point. The rush is coming. Noah Page
that's
knocks
a fumble.
The ball
that's a
down.
Fumble. Oh.
Close one, Dan.
I tell you, you know, and those are those things where, again, in college football and in the pros, you know, the replay comes into action. But to me, again, you know, just a quick eye, I thought, but it looked like the ball was still going backwards when it was slapped out of his hands. But the referee's got a better vantage than I. He's out there on the field and sees the ball's going forward.
It was a close call either way, but Noah Page came out of nowhere. There was great coverage by Kyler Lee and Deonko Wilkerson out here. Nowhere to go with the ball. He's going ahead and throwing it anyway. And Noah Page came out of nowhere. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line. He's back to throw again. Trent Mofield looking deep down the field. Number 8, Cole Miller there. It's going to be picked. Kyler Lee up the sideline. He's going to score another defensive touchdown.
It's going to score. There was a flag on the play, but it's going to be a holding call. Yeah, it's going to be declined, and that's going to be pick 6. This Bruin defense has come to play tonight.
Well, they struggled early, but, man, they have taken over the game. That is the 3rd defensive score of the ball game for the Bruins. This is a defensive coordinator's dream come true. Tyler Jackson, the defensive coordinator down there, has got to just be loving it right now. I'll tell you, the funny thing is, the thought that ran through my head after the last play where Noah Page knocks the ball down is if Trent Mofield throws that ball on the play before, there were a lot of good coverage. There was good coverage everywhere. I don't know where he was going with the ball.
No.
That ball might have been picked on the previous play.
Absolutely, and I think that he was kind of caught in one of these scenarios here of, well, I waited too long last time. The ball probably almost was a fumble, and I think he just decided just to throw it. And before he even released the ball, I'm sitting here saying, this ball's picked.
That's picked.
And he did. He
4 defenders around the receiver.
Great job from Kyler Lee concentrating on that ball, pulling it in. You know, being that he does have decent hands, he's an offensive guy that plays out of the backfield as well. Able to pull that ball in, and a nice run after pick.
The guy's had the football in his hands before, and so after a 3rd defensive touchdown by the Bruins, with 5:33 to go in the 3rd quarter, what was a really, really competitive game is starting to get a little lopsided here as the Bruins lead 31-7. Just a reminder, this is an HCEC-TV student production, division of Hardin County Schools. Special thanks to our live sports coverage sponsors, Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, Ryan Harris of Remax Premier Properties, Bluegrass Cellular, E-Town Exterminating, and West Point Bank. And so Xander Allen will line the ball up at the 40-yard line to kick.
Yeah, the Bruins are really excited over here. You see one sideline having a lot of fun right now, and another one that is not very excited to be here.
I guarantee you that. A lot of plays being made, and they're going to kick deep, and Xander's going to put that ball on about the 3-yard line, and again, over the head into the end zone.
Yeah, that one there, number 17, Waylon Allen, the junior, trying to field the ball and wanting to make something happen. Ball kind of goes through his hands and just bounces back through the end zone.
He was on the 5, and he stepped up to the 6 and then realized, this ball is deeper than that. And it kind of bounced off his shoulder pad when it went through his hands and into the end zone. So another great kick by Xander Allen. I was watching that, so I'm not sure if Xander twirled the tee and sheathed it in the holster again like a pistol. But he is having a good time on the sideline carrying that thing around.
Well, I'm watching down here on the sideline, and our QB there, Chase Elmore, who is in his Letterman jacket, is doing the motion of what you described.
Absolutely. And another pick, Dan.
Is he going to call him inbounds? He is going to call this inbounds. Another pick. Oh, boy.
The Green Wave were trying to Trent Mofield was looking for J.J. Richardson up the left sideline. And remember, that was their lone touchdown, was J.J. Richardson man-to-man on Deonko Wilkerson. He went up and made the play. This time, it's Deonko getting the better of him.
Wow. That is, when Meade County really needs something to happen, and they're going to call a timeout now and see if they can't get their troops to settle down a little bit. But another costly turnover. Fortunately for the Green Wave, that did not result in 6 points yet.
Well, by my count, I could be wrong, Dan, 6 turnovers? 5 or 6. They've scored on 3 of them. There was a fumble early in the game as well. That was a turnover on their first series. That one there, it's at least 5 turnovers, and we've seen it on the ground at least 2 other times.
Absolutely, yeah. I think you are correct, Coach. That's been way too many. That's way too many for any team to be able to weather, it's going to be very costly for the Green Wave here in this game.
Well, I think we talked briefly about that in big plays, and boy, Central Hardin has made a lot of big plays in Meade County. Honestly, Dan, they haven't looked like the worst football team. They've just not taken care of the ball or taken care of their responsibilities.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that's part of the game. You've got to be able to take care of the ball.
Quick throw. It's batted down. They were going for Gavin George again. Number 18 for the Green Wave, Brandon Helfinger, got in there and batted that one down. It looked like they were going to have Gavin George for a nice quick screen pass again where he was going to have a lot of opportunity to run. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah. Again, type of play there that's just not probably, sets. Just run the ball here. Just run the ball.
Yeah.
Be smart.
Well, the Bruins are going to try to take advantage. Sean Hay under center now. Quick toss to Kyler Lee around the left side, and he's going to run hard and get about 3 or 4 yards.
I think Kyler Lee's getting his number called a little bit more here. He's definitely amped up. He's got some adrenaline flowing after that pick 6, and so take advantage of it. Toss him the ball and see what he can do. Absolutely.
It's going to be after first down was an incomplete pass. It's showing only a gain of 2, so it'll be a 3rd and 8 now. Sean Hay will bring the play onto the field. They are on about the 38-yard line, 37 or 38-yard line of the Meade County Green Wave. Sean will be in the shotgun formation. Gavin George to the right, Talon Ferris to the left. The snap, he's looking to Gavin. Gavin on the hitch and go. The ball is up. Opportunity. Gavin brings it down. Yeah. What a throw and catch.
Yeah, and that was definitely one that he's being contested really hard for that ball. He goes up. We've talked about it earlier in the game. He's one. He can go up and get it. And at that point, he got the better of Cole and able to pull that one in.
Cole Miller in coverage, and he's done a great job in coverage for most of the night. But, yeah, as you mentioned, we expected to see Gavin go get a few balls in some previous plays. And you keep throwing him the football, he's going to go get it like that.
Absolutely.
Good throw over the outside shoulder by Sean Hay, too. That's where you got to put the ball, and he took a hit.
Yeah, and he had some pressure from our man that we figured out. Number 44, Tyler Burnett, was in his face, lays the hit on him, and Sean's able to get up and play the next play. Going to have to burn a timeout. Can't get the guys lined up just right.
Gavin George was on the right and had to go over to the left. They weren't lined up correctly, so they'll burn a timeout.
That'll give us a chance here to thank some of our sponsors. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results with locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. Also, Ryan Harris of Remax Premier Properties for all of your real estate needs. Contact Ryan at 270-723-4626, and he'll get the job done. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere where wireless works. Visit us at bluegrasscellular.com. E-Town Exterminated, 737-6900, and online at mugabug.com. And it's going to bring us back into action here.
Central Hardin first and goal from the 7-yard line. They've got the players set this time. It looks like Josh Valentine is in the backfield behind Sean Hay. Under center, turn and give to Valentine. Valentine's ahead for 3 or 4 and still driving. Whistle's blown, and I'm not sure where they're spotting it, Dan.
Yeah, not sure. The whistle's blown a little bit earlier than that, but you have about 22 guys in there on that play trying to move the ball in their favor, and it's going to take them a little bit to get them stopped.
I believe it's going to be a 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line here, and Central Hardin will come to the line of scrimmage again. You got to feel like this one's in the end zone. They've put this thing on ice right here. Going to send motion. We've got the jet sweep to the right. Bianco, a lot of speed. There's going to be a holding call. Yeah. He's in the end zone. but there's a flag down.
Yeah, absolutely. That play takes a little bit longer to hit the edge on those jet sweeps. You're putting some of your guys in a predicament, and those holding calls are going to get called.
Especially on the edge out there, Dan, where they're trying to hold the edge, help our back get on the corner, and so yeah, just not a good recipe for successful play.
Yeah, those are plays, that, Gavin's over here, and I don't know who the hold call was on, but Gavin's making this block. And, I like to see out of those receivers is just drive your feet. If you're just driving your feet and driving him backwards, you're less likely to get that holding call. But those plays just take too long sometimes if the calls are there.
2nd and goal from the 15. It's going to be tough. Sean's back to throw. He's going to look for Gavin. He's just throwing a jump ball to Gavin George. Oh, my goodness, he came up with a catch. If he's in bounds, 6 points, Gavin George.
Again, the play was contested, and I really hate it here for the Meade County player. Looked like it was number 12, Daniel Perry, who was defending it and did a really good job initially, but the ball popped back up in the air, and Gavin was able to keep his eye on it and pull it in.
Well, I think both of them contested it. It may have been Perry and Gavin going for the ball. It's batted up in the air, and Gavin just stayed with it. Kick is up, and it's through. Evan Jones knocking through another kick, and again, he's been perfect on point after touchdown, but the 49-yard field goal in the first half, very successful night for Evan Jones as well, and with 3:08 to go in the third quarter, Central Hardin Bruins 38, Meade County Green Waves 7.
Yeah, again, the first quarter, all Green Wave, and after that, it's been the Bruins. 38 unanswered points. Coach Mofield and his staff have just got to be searching for answers at this point.
Well, they've been blitzed, and honestly, in this kind of case, I'm having a flashback to earlier in the year. I don't think you saw the game, but the John Hardin North Hardin game, and it was 10-7 at the half.
Yeah, absolutely.
North Hardin, and it ends up about 40-7, and it just the snowball starts rolling downhill, and you just can't stop it in what is a competitive ball game against two teams that appear, as you watch them with your eyes, to be evenly matched, and it's just a blowout.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think that if you take this game and you rewind it and you start it all over, it could be the other side. It could be 38-7 Green Waves. The Bruins have been very fortunate for some things to go their way, so they're taking advantage.
And another squib kick, and it was fielded by the second Green Wave as it bounced off of one. And number 12, again, Perry, who was in coverage on the touchdown, fortunately is able to jump on that. You just don't need to see another one go in the opposite direction with Central Hardin again. They've got to get on the football in those situations, and they'll start 1st and 10 from their own 36-yard line.
Yeah, and again, we have 3 minutes left here in this quarter, and plus a whole another fourth quarter. And, there's still fight in the Green Wave. They're not going to just quit. So they're going to have to come out here right now, and they're going to try to get some plays going, but it could cost them.
And the snap, Trent Mofield's back. They're going to have to throw the football to get back in it. Good throw. Oh, it's Mitchell Dozier as the intended receiver, and it was on the money, but Taylor Ferris makes a great play.
Taylor Ferris makes a great play right there in the vicinity. As soon as that ball was batted down, you've got Josh Valentine sitting right there, and then you've also got Trenton Ferguson sitting right there. And so two guys, that ball could have been batted either way and ended up in their hands.
Well, again, as you have to get away from kind of who you are and start to throw the ball here. It's a little dangerous for Meade County. Quick throw on the quick hitch. Batted around. Oh, good throw. Intended receiver was number 26 for Meade County, and that's Zach Carter, and he couldn't come up with it.
Yeah, Zach Carter's being defended there by Josh Valentine, but it looked like he had the better of him, just not able to pull that ball in. But another one, the ball gets tipped up in the air. It floats around a little bit and finally hits the ground.
Well, interestingly enough, coming into the game, you look at the statistics. Zach Carter is the leading rusher for the Green Waves. He hasn't touched the ball other than in the pass game. They tried to throw it to him twice. He still has not had a completed pass to him, and he hasn't touched it in the running game. So interesting usage there of Zach Carter.
it looks like that they've decided to find a different role for him. And, every team has gone through injuries. I'm not sure all the different injuries that maybe the Green Waves are facing right now, but, made some different moves. We see, Tyler Burnett wearing 44 and, some things like that happening. And so, the coaches there at the Meade County probably made some decision to where Zach Carter is going to have to help them out. Being split out instead of being in the backfield.
Well, part of that's probably the return of Sean Welch to the backfield after being hurt for several weeks. And again, I know watching film, some of the Central Hardin coaches had noticed that in several games he's wearing a cast. And so they obviously weren't giving Deshaun Welch the football at that point. It brings us to a big 3rd and 10 here. Again, I don't know if Meade County really has any opportunity to get back in this ball game. Late 3rd quarter, down 38-7. But 3rd and 10, and if something doesn't happen here, they're going to turn it right back over to the Bruins.
Yeah, again, I said it's still 3rd quarter. Meade County feels like that they have a little bit of time to try to get some points here, but they're just having to go out of the game.
Trent Mofield's going to scramble. He's going to look to pick it up with his feet. He's got quite a few yards. He'll be brought down about 4 yards shy of the first down.
We just had one of those scrambling peelback blocks here. Ferguson on the receiving end of that block that was put out there by number 13, Mitchell Dozer, makes a peelback block, trying to free up his quarterback to make something happen.
Well, you see who got peeled back on there. It was coming off the field. Defensive end, outside linebacker.
Oh, Sean Hay.
Sean Hay, who's the quarterback. They cannot afford to get a quarterback hurt. Up 38-7. He probably needs to be standing on the sideline when the defense is on the field right at this point.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I'm mistaken. I said Trent Ferguson on that.
Yeah. It's 83. Welch running hard on 4th and 2. I don't know if he got it. It is really close to the marker. Obviously, the marker's on the opposite side of the field, but Deshaun Welch on a good, powerful run, trying to get that first down on 4th and 2.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to get it or not. It looks like they're motioning that way to give him the first down.
Bot is close.
Hey, give it to him.
1st and 10, Green Wave.
Much needed 1st and 10 for the Green Wave.
Wow.
That is the first positive play that we've seen in a long time. And I tell you what, Welch there at the end of that play was kind of brushing off some of these Bruins. The frustration could be sitting in from the score. But he's still running
what
hard.
A powerful runner.
These guys are not going to give up.
Man, again, we're in the overloaded formation to the left. Give straight ahead to Welch, and again, that's going to be a good 3 or 4 yard pickup, just straight ahead.
Yeah, stick with it. Why not?
Yeah, I was going to say, where's it been, Dan?
Yeah, where's it been? Run the ball. When you have a guy like Welch as a runner, you have a back like Nikolai, and then obviously the front 5 of the Green Waves are a nice offensive group. Let's run behind these guys.
It's going to bring up a 2nd and 7, actually, a 3 yard gain. I thought he'd gotten to the midfield at the 50. They mark it at the 49. Again, it's going to be a give to the right side to Welch, but he's hitting the backfield by Noah Page. Breaks free and is going to get a couple yards.
Yeah, nice job of Noah Page hitting him in the backfield, but he's got to be able to finish there. And Welch is just able to kind of spin off of that and keep going. Again, just a little bit different. And, again, Nikolai was going out wide, making the block. I guess Welch decided to turn it up inside again, but it could have been Noah Page made him do.
It looked like early in the game, Dan, that the Meade County offensive line was having their way. I just saw Zach Jones plant number 54 for the Green Waves on his back and then help him up off the ground. Zach's a great kid, but it kind of looks like the Bruins have started to take charge even up front a little bit. Nikolai in motion. He's the lead back, and he buries Kyler Lee. Welch around the outside. Looks like he's got a first down on a 3rd and 4 there.
Yeah, he's going to pick up the first down. Again, following that lead block. If you follow that lead block, it's a big deal right there.
I'm just pointing to Dan here. Kyler Lee dragging himself up off the field. He just got run over by a train.
Yeah. Kyler's not a small kid.
He's a big kid. I know Kyler, and he's a big kid.
He's a big kid.
And Kobe Nikolai just ate him. Double wing formation on 1st and 10. Nikolai in motion again. They'll run behind Kobe again with Welch, and it's going to be another 4 yard gain for Welch.
Here comes Nikolai again on this lead block. I was watching him that time. He puts Josh Valentine on his back. So
that's the two biggest and best linebackers for the Bruins, and Nikolai is running roughshod over him for these last several plays. And again, it's why you and I are looking at each other wondering, where's this been? You stick with that game plan. They tried to several times, and it got away from them in several situations here. Clock's ticking down. I don't know if the Green Wave will get another play off here in the third quarter. 5-4 snap. Give to Welch around the left side. Great play by Kyler Lee that time, getting around the block of Kobe Nikolai, and a host of Bruins will come in to make the tackle.
That's going to take us to the fourth quarter. Game getting more and more in the favor percentage-wise for the Bruins. They lead 38-7, but the Meade County Green Wave are not going to go down without a fight.
Well, this is what we've been seeing, Dan, is they are physically able to run the ball down the throat of the Bruins, but honestly, it's kind of, I keep hearkening back to different games that I've seen this year, and the John Hardin Meade County game. Meade County moved the ball up and down the field and just got no points. And we've seen similar things where they've fumbled. They get down inside the 20 and fumble. Bianco Wilkerson goes the other way to kind of start the avalanche for the Bruins. It's been the same MO.
Absolutely. Yeah, this game could easily be 7-6, 14-7, something like that in favor of either team at this point. But the Bruins able to take advantage of 3 defensive touchdowns obviously has helped them to build this lead.
And several of the other turnovers that have given them great field position. A couple of big plays by Gavin George and a couple of great plays in the kicking game. We don't call it a turnover, but turnover on downs when Meade County went for a fourth down fake punt and gave the Bruins the ball inside the 30-yard line. Yeah. So I would call that almost another turnover, a 6th turnover to some degree. Well, here it is. We're 3rd and 6, and I'm sure it's 2-down territory. So the Green Wave, Trent Mofield under center. It's a little bit of a crisscross trap, and it's going nowhere. Yeah. They gave the ball that time to Zach Carter.
Yeah, great job there. Interior defensive lineman, I believe that was Dylan Butterworth, staying home and able to make the play for that cutback, little counter action play. That's a good job, interior defensive lineman, when you're able to stay home and make those plays.
Butterworth, Connor, Jones, all those guys in there. Fogel making a play up front, starting to handle their business. 4th and 7, and this is a big one. Meade County trying to get something going, and they've got Dozier open. He makes the catch over George down inside the 5-yard line. Finally the connection to Mitchell Dozier that they've been looking for all game long.
Yeah, really good job of Dozier's being patient and waiting for that ball to get there. Gavin George looked like that he was trying to make a play on the ball too quick versus just playing normal defense. And looked like he was trying to get a little hungry for the pick 6.
Well, he went for it, and the ball was just over his head. He was beaten. Mitchell Dozier ran a little hitch and go, and he bit on the hitch, and he was beaten. So we've got 1st and goal from the 2. And this is right up Meade County's alley, you'd think. Big kids in the backfield. Give, I think, is to Holly. He's short.
He is going to be short by just looks like he's going to be down to the 1 or 2 yard line, maybe.
Big tackle by Page. And number 33, who's 33 over here? I think that is Clay Perry. Making a tackle there, so he and Page on the tackle. They didn't get a yard. It's 2nd and goal from the 2. Big stops on 1st down. So loaded formation to the left. You got to expect they're going to give it to Welch to the left side, and that's exactly what they do. It's close.
They're not. Yeah, 3rd down.
3rd down. He held up both hands, the referee, to signal 3rd down. It looked like touchdown call.
Looked like touchdown call, but we can see they're spotting the ball here. This is where a good runner like Welch, you got to be a smarter runner. I mean, Nikolai is leading the path. Follow him, but he's trying to make his own hole, and just doesn't make a whole lot of sense when you've got to lead back like Nikolai. You've got to follow him.
Yeah, Nikolai was off tackle, and he ran it up inside the guard and was stuffed there. So we got Nikolai and Holly in the backfield now, load to the right, and it's quarterback sneak to Mofield, touchdown. Green Wave. So Trent Mofield, big pass to Mitchell Dozier, and then he does it himself from the 1 yard line. Quarterback sneak touchdown, Green Wave.
Well, really good to see Meade County get something positive out of that there, and again, I'm probably more the skeptic because it comes off a pass play that gets them down there. But good job of the Green Waves keeping their head on, continue to play hard in this ball game and getting themselves 6.
Well, they've moved the ball. They've moved the ball in a lot of cases and gotten nothing out of it, and especially in the first half. And good drive here. They're going to go for 2 as they drew the Bruins off sides on the extra point attempt. So you got a yard and a half. They'll go for it.
Yeah, if you're going to take the yard and a half, you might as well. You were able just to get it a second ago. You got 1 to get it versus the 3 plays it took them a minute ago. But I believe that the Meade County should be able to get this if they play just hard-nosed football.
Well, if you do a little math here, if you go by 8s, they were down 31. That's 4 scores behind instead of 5 if you can get 2-point conversions. They ought to have been going for 2-point conversions anyway. The toss is to Welch. He's got space. He'll walk into the end zone on a quick toss to the left.
Yeah, really nice job. Somebody, and I did not see the number there, sealed the end on Kyler Lee, and Welch was able to walk that in.
There were some big blocks out there, that's for sure. Well, with 9:42 remaining in the game, still a big Central Hardin Bruin advantage at 38-15, but a good drive for the Green Wave. And again, the kind of thing, Dan, we expected maybe to see throughout the game from the Green Wave, and they've just derailed themselves on so many occasions.
Yeah, absolutely. And, again, we just talked about it a minute ago, about a positive, series for the Green Wave. And every once in a while, you've got to take away just the positives. They're going to get together, either tomorrow or Sunday or Monday or whenever they decide to do film. And, Coach Milfield and his staff have got to look for positives in a game like this that has not really gone his way. He's got to look for positives for his kids to build upon. And that series right there will be one.
Well, again, this is an HCEC-TV student production, a division of Hardin County Schools. Special thanks to our live coverage sponsors, Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, Ryan Harris of RE/MAX, Premier Properties, Bluegrass Cellular, E-Town Exterminating, and West Point Bank. Tune in weekly for rebroadcasts of all local HCEC-TV programs on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cable's Channel 2 and Spectrum Communications on Channel 184. Special thanks to our HCEC-TV crew. That is students along with some of our capable professionals. And they'll be kicking off here. Gavin George and Bianco Wilkerson back deep there, maybe expecting a squib, an onside, some sort of chicanery from the Green Wave. Craycroft, and it is an onside kick. It looks like on the ball is number 6.
Yeah, Gabe Ramirez, part of that hands team in there, able to jump on this ball, being very smart, and just taking the ball where it lies.
Gabe Ramirez jumping on that one, and it'll give the Bruins great field position. And now the rains have started to fall. It is really coming down out there now. We've had a light drizzle off and on for the last, for part of the second quarter and definitely all the third quarter. But I would say now it's raining.
It's raining pretty good, and I'm very happy to be sitting up here with you right now.
Oh, what a great vantage point for the game. Look at all those umbrellas. All right. Motion, Chris Bellin. He's going to take it on the jet sweep. He's got some space, turning it up. And he's broken a couple tackles, 12 yards on the game.
Wow. We haven't called Chris's number, this ball game. That may be the first time.
It is.
Very nice run by Chris. We saw Chris early in the season, getting a little more action in the backfield, and I really like the way that he runs. But obviously, when you have people like Bianca Wilkerson and Josh Valentine, Gavin George, sometimes you get lost in that talent.
Chris is a senior. Unfortunately, looks like they're marching it back. There was a holding call on the play. That'll take it back to being about a 1st and 19, maybe 20. Replay the down, but with a big penalty there. So big run by Chris Bellin, but it'll come back. And again, with 9:33 and the clock counting here, they're trying to run the clock out, it would look like to me.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got some stoppage. All right, we're going to play it.
All right. Sean Hay under center. We've got motion. Looks like a fumbled on the snap. Again, got an inexperienced quarterback and a wet football.
Yeah, recipe for disaster.
He was able to get the ball back. He may have even gained 2 or 3 yards just falling forward, like you said. A big quarterback, 6'4" quarterback. You fall forward, you get a few yards, and it looks like he picked up a couple. It'll bring up a 2nd and 16 from their own 40-yard line.
Yeah, the Bruins just, again, the time right now is in their favor with this, just under 9 minutes to go in this lead, but they just got to be smart with the football.
Well, the gives on the jet sweep again. This time, Taylor Ferris, it looks like, with the ball. Could be Gabe Ramirez even. I couldn't tell if it was 6 or 9, Dan. It is 9, Taylor Ferris.
Yeah, Ferris on the carry. And good job by Ferris here, being football smart, staying inbounds, letting the clock run. We knew he wasn't going to get anywhere, but I've seen other players try to take that ball straight to the sideline. And that's just get down right there, let the clock run. Well,
it was strung out really well by the Green Wave, and it's going to bring a 3rd and 18 after a 2-yard loss there on the jet sweep. Sean Hay is in the game. I saw him on the sideline with the trainer. He's doing well. Everything looks fine there. Motion Bellin straight ahead to Valentine. He is rung up.
Big hit right in there.
67.
Looks like 67 is, Colton Kelly from the Green Wave. A big hit. When you meet Josh Valentine in the hole and you're able to win on that, you must have really been bringing it.
Valentine's about 220 and probably 6 feet tall and a wrestler, and he's something else. And I'm telling you, Kelly just stoned him dead in the hole. All right, we've got Xander Allen back deep for to punt the ball. He gets it away barely again, and a good punt again in these wet conditions. A lot of Bruins there to make the tackle, and Cole Miller will be down after a short gain.
Yeah, really good job there for the Bruins to corral this ball. That was number 18, Brandon Hefflinger, was coming in and trying to get a hand up on that kick. They've contested a lot of these punts.
It's been close.
And I'm really surprised that they haven't gotten one yet.
Well, Xander's done a great job after a couple of shaky moments early in the game. He's gotten his confidence going big time, and he got that one away pretty well under a lot of pressure. Not a big kick, but he's into the wind right now, and it's raining pretty heavy. Handling the snap right now is probably about 90% of the deal. The snap, they're going to throw the ball. They're going to look deep to J.J. Richardson on the hitch and go to this side now. He's up. I think he's caught the football.
I think it's intercepted.
Who came down with it? Yes, it looks like the Bruins are trying to figure it out. The officials haven't said a word. Oh, my goodness, they're pointing in the direction of the Green Wave, but the Bruin had the football. Who was that over there at corner?
It was Dianco Wilkerson. This official here in the center motioned the ball in Green Wave favor, but I'm really thinking that he's not sure.
The guy on the sideline, the side judge, who you would think would make the play right in front of him, the call, just kept staring at the guy in the middle of the field like, are you sure we want to make that call?
Coach Mattingly's coming out to talk about it. He does not like the way that this turned out. He's coming all the way out.
There's going to be a flag on him, I would suspect, after that little maneuver there. Yeah, Mattingly is all the way almost to the other sideline at this point, and he's not going to just let this one lie. Even up 38-15, his player made a great play, and his player had the football.
Absolutely, he had the football. I don't understand how you either got to call that ball in the favor of the Bruins or it's incomplete. I don't know how you can call that the ball is Green Wave.
Originally, it looked like J.J. Richardson was going to make a play on it, but he did not come down with the ball. I don't know who's called a timeout. Maybe the Bruins went ahead and called a timeout.
I think Coach Mattingly must have called a timeout as he decided to march all the way over to the other hash, the other sideline. That's probably to save the flag from being thrown there. But he is not going to win this one, and the Green Wave are going to keep the ball. And kind of going back to that play, it was a one-man route. Everybody on this side, they had trips to this side. They all froze, and it was a one-man route.
Trent Mofield looking again. He's under pressure. Zach Jones is there. Ball is thrown, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, the pressure coming from Zach Jones puts Trent Mofield on the ground and forces this ball to be sailed just a little bit over his receiver's head.
It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 ball on the Bruin 32-yard line. Again, a couple of big pass plays for the Green Wave and some ball control running the football. It's kind of, I think, what Coach Mofield would have wanted to see in the first half. Ball control, running it, and hitting some big pass plays. And they're starting to have some effect in their offense. It'll be trips formation to the right. Mofield looking to his left again. It's going to be picked
That's
off.
Now that one was picked off. Deonko Wilkerson again. I think, no, Kyler Lee. Is that
Kyler Lee with his second interception of the game. He just stepped right in front of the receiver who's running a hitch route. Quarterback just threw it right to him.
Yeah. Yeah, again, I think that, he's getting in a situation of just trying to force that ball. He was hit on the previous play. Sometimes that causes the quarterback to want to try to get rid of it a little quicker on the next play if he feels like pressure's coming. And fortunately for the Bruins, the ball was delivered right into the hands of Kyler Lee.
I would say they've got to have a little bit of time to figure out how to throw the football away too. We've seen Trent Mofield throw it away a couple of times, but there's just nobody there, and he's forcing balls where they don't need to go. Sean Hay will be under center here, 1st and 10 for the Bruins after the 6th turnover of the game.
We're seeing for the first time, I think, carrying the ball, number 33, Clay Perry, getting some action in this game. And I've noticed that there were several guys that came out of that series. So it looks like, was it Bellin?
Maybe 23,
actually. 23, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
It's a long way away.
Yeah.
But I think it's 23, Chris Bellin. They're going to get him the ball a few times.
Okay, well, good, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen him much tonight except for in the last 2 possessions, but Chris getting an opportunity here. 2nd and 7 now after a nice 3-yard gain. And again, they're going to go to Bellin around the right side on the buck sweep. Well, they're going to get him a few carries, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, again, you might as well, and he's a good ball carrier. He's not going to be one that just lays off and lets you tackle him. So we saw him a little earlier when we had that holding call. I mean, he took the ball for 12 yards.
Well, the senior Chris Bellin getting a little bit of action here this evening, and late he's played, been a stalwart on defense all game long. But we've got wing T formation to the right, 3rd down and 6. We're going to run the waggle pass, and Cody Moore. Sean's going to be dropped for a big loss. Again, that's number 26, Zach Carter, making the play.
Yeah. This is Sean Hay kind of coming up gimpy a little bit. Got to be careful when you've already went through this many quarterbacks. Doing a play like that, Sean pulled the ball down pretty quick as he was looking out there. Cody Moore was running the route, looked to be covered up.
Yeah. Cody Moore one-on-one on Daniel Perry, number 12 on number 12, and but no chance to get the ball off.
We'll see some pressure here, I'm sure.
Low snap. Allen's got it. He's going to have to run away
now
from
Xander's
pressure.
A fast man.
Oh, he's got way too far to go, though, on 4th and 20. The pressure was right in his face, and he decided to run it.
Well, good job. Good heads-up play from Xander Allen there versus taking the big hit and the loss. I've seen Xander out on the soccer field, and he can move very well. But when you're running from guys chasing you in soccer, they're not typically chasing you to hit you. They just want the ball. So
well, he picked up 13 yards, but it was 4th and 25, unfortunately. And, again, they were going to block that kick. It was a low snap. He came up with the ball, and they were in his face. Yeah. Good move. What Xander probably needs to practice there, Dan, is kick on the run. And he had an opportunity to go ahead and kick the thing once he broke contain. But I think his eyes were kind of lit up at that point.
Yeah, I think that kick on the run for a soccer player probably wouldn't be too hard.
No. Opportunity here for the Green Wave, and opportunity missed. Cole Miller open on a hitch route.
Yeah, big hit by Josh Valentine on that. And I think Noah Page got caught up watching the big hit because I think Noah Page was in the vicinity maybe to pick that ball off.
Well, again, Trent Mofield on 2nd and 10 now. They've got great field position, ball on the Bruin 30-yard line. And, again, they're in the shotgun and trips formation a lot. And he's having opportunities to throw the football. Let's see if he can take care of it better. Again, trips formation to the right. Mitchell Dozier out wide. Zach Carter in the slot. Looking to his right. Big, quick blitz. Noah Page loses the handle on Trent Mofield. Great run by Mofield just to pick up 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah, good job by Mofield getting away and being elusive. Noah Page had him dead to right in the backfield for probably about an 8 or 9 yard loss. And Mofield able to get away and make a little something out of that.
Got to bring up 3rd and 9 for the Green Wave. Again, they're in 4-down territory here. 4:22 and the clock counting down. Obviously, this game is in the books, but the Green Wave are trying to move the football and put another one in the end zone. We'll see a trips formation to the right again. Mitchell Dozier out wide. Zach Carter in the slot. They're going to throw it up the left-hand side again on the one-on-one side. Talon Ferris in coverage.
Yeah, pretty good job, pretty good coverage there from Taylor Ferris to keeping that ball from being caught. But that's one of the things I'm noticing here out of Mofield. He knows exactly where he's going as soon as the ball snapped. He's not looking any receivers off. And for a secondary like Central Hardin, that pretty talented back there, if you're not going to look some of those receivers off, it will be deadly for
And
you.
not only that, Dan, if the guy's covered and you're still throwing it to him, that has been a problem all night long. So it brings up a 4th and 9. Snap. Mofield now coming to his right, and he is just drilled. Josh Valentine on the blitz, and down goes Trent Mofield. And Zach Jones, the gentleman he is going to help Trent up off the ground.
Absolutely.
But a great hit by Josh Valentine.
Great hit by Josh Valentine. That's one of those, is a lot of us probably spend time on Sundays watching football. That's one of those points of emphasis. Josh Valentine puts his helmet right into his chest and hits him and drives him to the ground. On Sunday, that would have been a penalty.
Yeah, landing on him and kind of driving him into the ground, that probably would have been a call. But a great call by the defensive coordinator. They blitzed right into that. Trent's trying to he's trying to roll out to his right, and the blitz comes from that side right into his face. No chance. Hay turns and gives to Valentine, and 3 or 4 yards, and they're just trying to eat clock and make a first down.
Yeah, again, I like the play calling here, being very smart with the ball. Just let's run the clock, stay between the tackles, keep the ball in bounds.
Second and 7 for the Bruins. They're on their own 42-yard line and in a wing T formation. Again, turn and give to Valentine. He's their clock eater. Good gain for about 5 or 6 yards. It's going to bring up a 3rd and short, maybe 3rd and 2 for the Bruins. And again, first downs are going to wrap this thing up pretty quickly.
Yeah, probably one of the better carries from Valentine this evening. Able to kind of get some, 5 or 6 yards. He's been a hard charger. He does have a touchdown tonight, but probably one of his best yardage runs tonight.
3rd and 1. Motion from Bellin across the formation. They're going to give again to Valentine over the right side.
There he goes.
And he is broken through the line for about a 15-yard gain. One man, he would have gone the distance.
Absolutely. And we were used to seeing Josh do this a lot. He is their workhorse back there. He is the big back, and he's he's big and he's not slow. And so he can get into the secondary. You're not going to catch him.
The little number 3, Mason Burnett, the safety, had to make the tackle and did a good job going low to get him on the ground, saving the touchdown. 1st and 10, Bruins on the 39-yard line of the Green Wave. Turn, give to Valentine, right side, about 3 yards now. He's being driven back, but that'll be about a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, I think he knows his number's going to get called at this point, and I think he's okay with the senior leader on this team, ready to carry the ball.
Looks like they've got guys trying to spot this in different places here. It's about a 3-yard gain. There was another official on the far side looking to spot it for about a 2-yard gain. So we've seen this officiating crew looking at each other several times wondering, are you doing this? Am I doing this? Who's calling this game?
They all have different roles, but maybe they get a little confused out there. I'm not sure.
Sean Hay under center. I'm guessing Valentine over the, it's Ferris going to the right side, cutting back, and he's going to lose a bunch.
Yeah, again, these are some of these situations, a couple of these guys that have not carried the ball as often. Jalen, he's not one of the normal ball carriers here. He's got to be smart and just say, we're not going to try to make a big deal out of it. We're just going to get the yardage and stop, be dangerous to make those cutbacks. Again, that's sometimes where guys get hurt.
Well, he probably would have lost 1 or 2 yards on the play, but now he's lost about 8 or 9, and they're stuck with a 3rd and 15, and you got to feel like they're going to run the football with 1:15 to go. The clock is running down, getting close to the end of the game. If they do turn it over on downs, so be it here, but it's going to be a run. Give to Valentine. He's got some room off the left side, and he is pushing the pile. There's a flag coming in. I don't know if that's a face mask or a hold.
I don't think I saw a face mask in there, so it could end up being a holding call. Oh, he's pointing at Meade County.
I saw someone grab in there and get their hand near his face, and it was a face mask. Yeah, somebody just stuck their hand in there on Josh's face mask, and it was quick. It didn't look like he turned his head.
He's trying to. The referee counting this off. I don't know if he knew what variety of a face mask this was going to be, but
he gave him 15 yards. It looked like. Okay, well, that's
so
confusing.
I do not think. I think you're probably going to see Central going in victory formation here.
Well, this will ensure for the Bruins a home playoff game as Sean Hay takes a knee. He may have to do it one more time, but big win for the Bruins.
Yeah, big win for the Bruins, solidifying that they will be playing next week for a possibility at the district championship as they travel to North Hardin for a game that I think you and I both are excited to see and to call.
Absolutely.
And, North Hardin has played a very tough schedule as well. And been very close in some ball games. So, Central now getting some positivity that they've been looking for this season. Should make for a great one.
They've been very good, North Hardin, all year. Central Hardin looks great tonight, especially on the defensive side of the ball. They've still got to continue to figure out what they're going to do on the offensive side of the football. But the clock has now run all the way out. Central Hardin Bruins 38, Meade County Green Wave 15. Dan, any final thoughts?
Yeah, hey, just like I said, looking forward to next week to see what happens. The good thing about it, again, for both of these clubs is they know that they are in the playoffs. The Bruins will get the advantage, at least getting a home playoff game. But, Meade County is a tough team. Coach Mofield and his staff will get things figured out. And as a 3 seed, will be a pretty tough 3 seed for the district.
Absolutely, and so they will go on the road. That'll be difficult. They'll be playing a team out of Louisville, probably a 2 seed out of Louisville, maybe a 1 seed out of Louisville. It will be a tough trip for them, but again, just a hard luck game. He turned it over 6 times. I'd say 7 if you count the turnover on downs on the 4th down fake punt in their own end. So you just can't do that and expect to win a ball game. So very opportunistic, great job by the Bruins tonight. And tough luck, hard luck for the Green Wave. They've been on, as you've noted, they've been on the good end of that many times over the years, but tonight was the Bruins' night. Yeah,
and capitalizing on opportunities is a big part of the game. Winning the ball offensively, defensively, special teams. The Bruins were able to get the better of the Green Wave, and so thus they come out on top.
Well, we'll wrap it up here from Central Hardin High School, Bruin Field, and a great evening of football. Fall has fallen. Temperatures dropping, the rain coming in, and it really starting to feel like a football Friday night. And the Bruins celebrate their 38-15 win. They'll have a home playoff game. For Dan Robbins, for all of our sponsors that we appreciate so greatly, for our student and our professional crew here that does such a great job for us. I'm Paul Gray. Good night, everybody.